You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, because you're heading to the Night Watch.
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime. This is the siege. I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the night watch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit a like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID. It's a spiral, emotions, hand on the Bible. Only go sign on the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder, Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit's Sigourney Weaver, love the night watch zone. Come with me to the night watch zone.
There are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and we are live on New Year's Eve, ready to rock. And hopefully you guys are all having a really cool evening. I hope that everyone is safe and enjoys this night as we head into 2024. Special shout out to my good buddy Jack. We were just talking to him in a really cool conversation, and man, we were covering a whole bunch of stuff. So hopefully, if you guys haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. Check out Jack and his filmography and so forth. That was a really fun conversation. We covered so many things: old school horror, new stuff, Scream, a couple surprises that I think were a lot of fun too. So check that out. But I'm going to be here hanging out for a little while and starting this pre-celebration, so to speak. And then we're going to head on over to my good buddy, my brother Steven from Craving Something Scary, who's going to be starting his stream, and I believe it's starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he's going to take us right into 2024, man. I'm not going to be any more blunt than that. So for you guys here, thank you so much. We're going to be just chilling, doing general hard talk, Q&A. We're going to do some games, some rankings, some fun stuff. And it's going to be a blast. Paula, what's going on? Good to see you. Paula has been on top of things, messaging me on IG, letting me know her schedule for tonight and how she's going to be able to hang out with us. Hope you're having fun at the restaurant. I am jealous. Special shout out. We've got new channel members that came in our last live stream. So special shout out to them. Isaac, our newest member. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. It really helps us to keep rolling, keeps the channel, the lights on, allows me to do extra special streams like this. And man, much appreciated. Brian, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Saying hi to everyone or anyone. I love it. My brother, my good friend Neil from Neon Black Reviews. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Saying night is wrapping up another live. Yeah, be here shortly. Yeah, we were running a little behind. Thank you for doing that, Neil. I really appreciate you helping out with that, man. Seriously. Philip, what's going on? Good to see you. Julie's back with us. Julie is serious tonight. Absolutely serious. Good to see you, Julie. Hope you're doing well. And hey, if you're not busy and if you want to jump on in here, let me know. Cody, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, we had some gifted memberships that came out in the last stream, and it's always cool to see, man. And again, for you guys that do get the gifted memberships, definitely give a shout out to the folks that gift them. It's really a cool thing. I think it's a very generous feature that YouTube has given to us channels that have it. And yeah, it's really nice. I really think it's cool. But Cody also has a member anniversary. Awesome stuff. 8 months, man. Thank you so much. Saying Happy New Year's night, and everyone. Only way they could save Scream 7 is beg everyone to come back, bring back Stu. The only way, if not, time for a reboot. Now, this is a great way to start things off because I was talking about this the other day, and we've been trying to get to the heart of this as far as what are they going to do at Scream 7? What should they do? What do we think they're going to do? And there's a lot of pointing to a possibility of a reboot because it just seems like every people are jumping ship right and left, and it's a sad thing. I'm making light of it because it really is a sad thing to me. um, I think this is one of the premier franchises of horror. You guys know how I feel. It's on the Mount Rushmore, and I mean that. Just for me personally, and to see it go through what it's going through, my goodness, it's absolutely, yeah, it's crazy. But I agree, man. It's one of the few ways that they can really make this thing work is to just try to right the ship. I don't know if it could happen, man. I mean, we know what's gone on with Melissa and the fact that it looks like there's no turning back. What I was saying is that the idea of the reboot, it's a little scary. It's a little scary, but of course, it's all about execution. It's all about execution. I made it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what happened, man. And it must have been Wi-Fi. Um, but yeah, it's all about execution at the end of the day. If they could do something that works, I'd be all for it. I really would. Cody saying they could redo the storyline from Scream 96 now. Would it be the same? Maybe some same people from 96? No, but they could do it with new cast members. Well, I think, here's the thing I think they should do. I don't know if redoing 96 could work. I mean, anything is possible, but I don't know if they would be able to really have that charm that we had back in 96. I think what they should do is just a brand new story, brand new cast of characters, a new Ghostface killer. And, that way you don't necessarily kind of rehash what has already happened, and you also keep yourself open for possibilities if it is successful. I think that would be a really cool way to go. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think that would be um, probably the way I would want most to see it continue. You know, let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not frozen anymore. I don't know what happened. I was like, wow. I don't know if that's ever happened. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think it should be the type of thing where they reboot it, or should this just be the end? That's the other thing too. I mean, we were just live on Friday night and we were talking about the big three franchises and kind of their legacy in horror and whether or not it's time to just let them go. you know and I think the consensus for the panel, and by the way, if you didn't see it, check it out. It was a really fun stream. I think the consensus of the panel was, let's keep them alive and let's see what happens. At the end of the day, it's about execution. There's still the opportunity for new fans to come into horror because of these popular franchises. Their popularity is what helps to give them the visibility in order to bring in the young kids, the new horror fans. So, yeah. Cody saying, how would you feel if they did the Scream show, but they made it into a movie, or have the people from the show meet the people from the movie, like a crossover? Well, that was one thing Jack was kind of alluding to with Child's Play, kind of doing the crossover between the small screen and the big screen. I think that it would be interesting. He mentioned that for Scream as well. I think it would be interesting, although as far as from the folks from the movie, the whole question now is who from the movie will do it. You know, I think this whole situation with the franchise has really frustrated so many of the actors. So the question is, who would even do it at this point? Who would even? And of course, there will be people that will do it. But you know, we've been waiting to hear about Nev, and you know, just all these different things. So I don't even know who would be left that would do it as far as the main cast. So yeah, it's a tricky question. It really, really is. Neil saying, yeah, if Scream is going to move forward, they need to just start over with a new story arc. Yeah, I think that's the only, I don't want to say it's the only way, but I think that's the only way I could see them truly being able to have success. Because, you know, if you try to piecemeal this next movie, if you rush into it just to get it put out there, just try to make some money, some quick money, you're going down a rabbit hole, a dark path, man. You don't want to do that. I think this is a franchise that has always had quality. And I know there's some people that aren't big fans of some of the movies in the franchise, but I think we can all agree that they're fairly well made. So I don't want to see them go down this path of just pumping out a movie, you know, just to get some money, recoup the money that you spent on the franchise. And because you don't have so many people from the past movies, you know, yet anyways, that are going to be a part of 7, just start something new. You know, a new story arc, new characters. I mean, you can even say it's in the same universe. You can still reference the past, but you just won't have those characters involved, you know? And I think that that would be a great way to do it, you know? Jennifer saying, I would be happy with a reboot, but it really has to be done right. Halloween left a horrible taste in my mouth, along with a million other IPs out there being rebooted. Just do it right. I agree. You got to do it right. Jennifer, you got to let me know. Were you not a fan of any of the new trilogy of Halloween? I don't know if I've ever really even asked you that. Yeah, reboots can be tricky, man. It really can. But right now, like presently, right now, as far as what we know, it is a path. It is a path forward. You know, I don't want to see them do a movie where they bring in, I don't know, Danny, and let's say they bring in the twins and they try to piecemeal some story as far as why Sam and Tara are not there. I just think that right now, unless there is some, you know, kind of like what Cody said earlier, unless there's some big apologies and some mending of the bridges, I just don't see a way forward for this main cast that we've seen in 5 and 6. I just don't. Yeah. And Brian, Scream 7 should have Stu back. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Think about this, man. We could have had a movie. Now, we don't know specifically anyways what was going to happen, but that was one of the things that really bummed me out. We could have had a movie with this core 4, with you know, Gail, and with Sydney possibly, and Stu. Like, can you imagine how cool that movie could have been? And I'm just speculating, but there was a chance, you know. And now we definitely won't have 2 of the core 4 involved, you know, and it doesn't look like we're going to have Nev, at least as of right now. So I don't know, man. It's a sad situation. That's why, you know, I like to kind of get it off my chest. And I know there's so many fans that want to get it off of their chest as well. And this is definitely the forum for it. Julie saying there's such a dark, miserable cloud hanging over 7 now. Seriously, it makes me sad to think about. Not sure what options they have left after scaring off the cast and director. Exactly, you know. And I've said it before, and I really do mean it. There is that part of me that is kind of happy for Christopher Landon, that he can kind of have that separation from all of this drama now, because it's not cool, man. You know, and a lot of blame went on him unfairly. Yeah, who would have thought it would have been like this, guys? I mean, in the beginning of the year, we had Scream 6. We were all dancing in the street. We were all happy. It was successful. We got a lot of great things in it. We had missed opportunities too. But I think overall it was a fun experience for me. watching 6 and wondering how they were going to finish this possible trilogy, with these new characters. So yeah. Steven, what's up? Saying, hey Knight, hey chat, I cannot get behind a remake of 96. I knew you'd say that, man. I agree. I think it will hurt the franchise more than help it. I still want to see Nev and the legacy cast back. Take a year off and then go. I think that's a great idea, man. I put it this way, and you know how I feel about it. I definitely think they need to just take a breath, let all this negativity subside, figure out a good story, figure out a good way forward, try to get the legacy cast together, and then do it. Mend bridges that you can, if you can, and then move forward. There's no doubt about that, man. No doubt at all. Cody's saying, what's your favorite kill from every Scream movie? Well, we might be talking about that in a little while. I've got a couple of rankings and stuff like that we're going to do. Some games, maybe even a tier list. But I will say this. You look, man, that opening of 96 will just never, it will never lose its coolness, just the way that it was executed and the shock. I still remember when I first saw that, and I was so happy that Drew Barrymore was in the movie and she was front and center, on the poster. And, I had been a huge fan of her since I was a little kid, as were all of us around that time. And the fact that she was killed was so shocking, but it was so well executed. That's still one of my favorite kills, not only in the franchise, but in horror, man. Seriously. Jerry, what's up? Jerry's got a channel member anniversary, 3 months strong. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Saying, what a ride. Thank you, Knight, for being you and for the entertainment that you give. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you too. And all of you guys here, all of you guys that are channel members as well. You guys really help keep the channel going. When we get together for these special events or special streams like this, where we're just hanging out for the new year, it's in part because you guys are supporting the channel. It's a huge part of it. And it's such a generous and faithful way to do it. And we don't take it for granted, man. So thank you so much for being a channel member, also being very cool and fun in the streams, helping to spread the positive message to everyone. So let's do this. Let's play a super chat clip for you, man. And yeah, I like this one. It kind of brings me back to a fun watch party. Here we go.
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
There you go. There you go. You can't beat that. Good old stage fright. Neil saying he agrees with Steven. A remake of 96 would be a really bad idea. Well, here's the thing. And again, I don't think they should do a remake of 96, because here's the question. How do you do it? Right? How could you do it? We know what's going to happen. The twists are already revealed. So either they're going to do it, point by point, like Psycho, which was, it's pointless, man. So they'd probably try to switch something up, and that's when you get into the potholes, man. Look at the Nightmare remake. Trying to switch up some things here and there. And I'm not saying that it couldn't work, but I'm just saying it would just be such a haul to make that work. I just don't see it. I don't see the validity in even trying it. Now, if we're talking, 30 years from now, long after we're gone, that type of thing, bringing it to a whole new audience, that type of stuff, that's a different story. But for right now, no, I just don't think that they could do it. I don't think they could make it work. I just don't. Yeah. Let's see, real quick. Stay far away from that idea. I hear you, man. I hear you. Jennifer saying the first one was okay, I was hopeful with Halloween and was sort of excited with the next one, but the third film just did me in. I was not happy with it in any way. Yeah, that's how a lot of folks felt, no doubt. They definitely had they had huge missed opportunities with ends. You guys don't want to get me going on ends, but I will say this, and again, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the franchise as well as Friday and Scream and Nightmare. That's my Mount Rushmore. But I will say I'm glad they did it with this Halloween trilogy because we got a lot of cool stuff, man. And Michael is as popular as he's ever been. We got an iconic portrayal by James Jude Courtney, who is absolutely fantastic, such a kind, wonderful person. So I'm glad they did it. They took some shots, and I understand why they didn't all work out, but we got some cool moments, man. We got some cool moments. And she's saying, leave the original alone. There you go. There you go. SSH in the chat. What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good New Year's Eve. Saying I got tired of Scream 2 or 3 movies ago. They really need to sit back and come up with a good story. If they're going to bring back the old cast, they should do a story in the style of 2018. That's a possibility as well. We've talked about that, kind of just, stemming off of the first movie or Scream 4. You could do that as well. I think that would be probably, well, I don't want to say easier, but if you did that, the whole idea of the age difference, you could kind of explain that easily. So you would still have Dewey. You could figure out what you're going to do with Kirby. I'm a huge Kirby fan. You guys know that. So I would love to see Kirby come back like she did in 6. You could keep Mark, you keep Sid, you keep everyone. So that would be definitely a way to do it. If they were to do something like that, though, I think they would have to, it's going to be a tricky balance if they did it. You'd have to find a way to revamp the formula. Like you couldn't do another regular formulaic movie, in my opinion, if you want it to be successful and fresh, because you do want to address the fact that some fans have been getting tired of the formula. It's a great formula. It's its biggest advantage, but it's also a disadvantage once you're 6-7 movies into a franchise, right? So good point. Good point. What's going on, Denisha? We got Denisha in the chat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for being here to help moderate the chat. I appreciate that. I know it's a Sunday night, but it's always great to have a mod in here. Very, very cool. Let's see. Paula saying I wouldn't mind a reboot. Maybe Kevin could direct. He did write the original and created Dawson's Creek. If not, how about the director from Killer Book Club? If Kevin could come back into the fold, directly into the fold, whether it's writing it or having a hand in directing or whatever, I would be excited. I think that would be a really cool way to really solidify the fan base again, is to say, hey, Kevin's coming back. He's going to try to right the ship. Now, there's a lot of pressure in that, right? But I think Kevin's so talented. If you guys haven't seen Sick, we've talked about that on the channel for Slasher Movie Club. I think he's still got a lot left in him, the creativity and obviously the ability. I would love to have him come back on board. Whether he would do that or not, I don't know right now. Again, I think we got to take a little time. I think there has to be some mending of bridges. And but I would absolutely be down for Kevin to be a part of things. There's no doubt. He's such a talented person. Neil saying, I just like to see one major horror movie that doesn't have a remake, and I'm happy if that movie is Scream 96. Yes. And I, the other part about it too, Neil, is that Scream, to me anyways, because I think 96 is absolutely a classic. That's my opinion. And I think that for the franchise, having that continuity throughout these 6 movies has really kept it in a very special class, right? And you can't say that about the other legacy franchises. They've done reboots, remakes, different timelines, recasting, all to different varies of success, varying degrees of success. So I would hate to see Scream jump the shark that way. I'm not saying that it couldn't be done, because man, we've seen some Stranger Things, no doubt. But I think if they are thinking about that, if that's on the table, I think they need to just sit back, take a breath, and just really weigh out the options. Because I think a reboot or remake, I should say, it's dangerous. It's possible dark territory, man. Possible dark territory. Yeah. Cody saying, do you think we should have had more screen time with Drew Barrymore? Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen more screen time. I think Drew is she's an awesome actress, just a personality, charisma. She made that opening very, very effective. Like she was a part of what made it so effective. Like it was lightning in a bottle, guys. Right? It was lightning in a bottle. The way it was written, the execution, the dialogue, Roger, Drew, there was just magic in the bottle. But I would have loved to seen her character more. That's part of what makes it so effective, is that you get attached to her, even for that brief amount of time. It would have been cool if we could have had more time with Casey, no doubt. Denisha saying Cobra Kai season 6 starts filming in January. Denisha's holding that torch, man. I'm telling you, Denisha. I tell you what, if you could get 50 people on board with watching it or talking about it, we could do it. I'm playing around a little bit, Denisha, but no, I'm glad that it's still around and still going strong. I still got to catch up, but hopefully one day we'll be able to talk about it more. Yeah. Steven with the owl fly. Yeah, Julie, the Psycho remake. Yeah, that was just horrible stuff. Thank you so much for putting the link into the audio version. I appreciate that, Denisha. I know I'm way behind, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Dudes in the chat, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Saying Happy New Year overseas, at least. All right. Haven't enjoyed the Scream films since 3, which was half good, half mediocre. So I still am hopeful for 7, though with a new cast. Agreed. I think that is a possible way forward. As much as I love, the OG cast, as much as I love Nev and Courtney and even Jasmine and Mason, it just looks like this is the way we got to go. Brand new cast. I'm not gonna lie. There's no lying. What's up? Kyle's in the chat. Good to see you, man. Hey, my horror fam, I made it. Scream 7. How about a sideline continuation of 6 without Sam and Tara? But see, that's the thing, bro. I mean, I guess if it was presented as kind of like a sidequel, something like that, maybe. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know how the fan base would react to it. If it was executed correctly, I would assume you're talking about following the twins, maybe. But for me as a fan, and it's probably a selfish thing, and I'm just speaking for myself personally, it's probably a selfish thing, but it's almost like, if we can't get the core 4, then I'm all set with this current storyline. You know what I mean? Maybe this is still too raw, it's too sad, too frustrating, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. Dude saying either make a meta scream about a killer targeting the OG cast. Yes. Yeah, and I've heard some people talking about that. You're basically kind of doing a new Nightmare version of Scream. I'm not against it. I'm kind of in the middle on that. It would be interesting for sure. It'd be great to see the OG cast. That's the best part of it. No doubt. No doubt at all. Perp Minded in the chat saying I'd be down for a Scream reboot, but in a found footage style. I think there's a lot of creative things you could do with that. Found footage style Scream, interesting. I think that's the first time I've heard that in the live chat. That would be very, very interesting. I don't know, man. I got to think about that. That's an interesting one. Holy crap. And yes, Julie, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But yeah, found footage. I could go with that. I could go with that. The Virgo in the chat, what's going on? And by the way, I haven't said this yet, but you guys know how I roll. If you are here, please hit the like button. It helps us out, helps to support the channel, but also get the stream out to other folks on YouTube that might enjoy it and join our community. Virgo saying, well, you can't really remake Scream because it's a whodunit and it won't be any shock value versus other franchises. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. We already know the twist, so it's either going to just be just remaking it, like bit by bit, scene by scene, which I think is kind of, I don't know, it's lazy, you know. I don't think it'd be worth anything. Or they would try to switch things up, change some stuff up, which I don't know if I like that either. You know, there's a charm and a special energy to that original film. That original film is still fantastic, you know. So I don't know. It's a conundrum. It really, really is. Brian saying we have 21 likes so far. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Jennifer coming in with a $2 super chat. All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. It really helps out. Saying, let's do it. Cobra Kai right now. Love that show. Now, Jennifer, look. No, I got to admit, you guys are cute with that. You know, Cody, I know. Denisha has been holding the torch. It's something to think about. Maybe it might be something that we could do member-wise. You guys are members as well. If we have enough interest, that's what it's always a big thing too, because I want to make sure it's something that you guys would be interested in doing. So it's definitely something we could talk about. Yeah, leave me some comments. Leave me some comments if you guys would really be interested in doing some stuff with Cobra Kai. And, you know, I've had a couple people say something, so I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. But thank you so much for the super chat. Now that you got me thinking about it here, I appreciate it. It really helps us out. You know that. So let's do an oldie but goodie, because you don't want to let go. Here you go. There it is. There it is. Jennifer, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Seriously. You're all right. All right, let's see who else we got in here with us. And Jennifer saying the dream movie is a Sidney and Mark story at Christmas time with Stu and his cult. I'm holding out hope. Yeah, well, I'm holding out hope too, man, because here's the other thing to think about too, and not to make it more frustrating or sad, but we got the cult people, you know, we got the cult in 6, and there were so many places they could have gone with that and definitely given us the path to have Stu back, right? That's the thing that frustrates me too. You know, we could have had the core 4, we could have had Sidney back, we could have had the cult. I mean, like, oh man, just thinking about it, it's like, yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to get the Cobra Kai talk going. Okay, we'll see. That's cool. You guys are all right. Wayne, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. All right. Cody saying I wouldn't mind them doing a series about Maureen and leads up to Stu and Billy going to kill her. You know, and there's been talk about that as well. I wouldn't be against that. I would not be against that. I think they could do some interesting things. I think that was one of the things I really enjoyed about 3. And we were just talking about 3 on Battle World last Tuesday, which, by the way, definitely hang out with us this Tuesday night for Battle World. We got a really good one coming up, a Carpenter special. But I think what was cool about 3 is getting that backstory to Maureen and just, you know, that whole idea of the dark side of Hollywood and all of that. Lynn was amazing in the role. I wouldn't be against that. I would not be against that. But whether or not they would do it now, I don't know. So many things are up in the air. right? So many things are up in the air. One thing that I will say, and part of what I wanted to start this stream with a little bit on the Scream side, is how we can still make it work. And you guys have thrown up some good ideas. I'll throw up some ideas too. But let me know what you guys think of a Maureen Prescott story. Would you guys be up for that? You guys that are here in the live chat, let me know. Unstable, what's going on? Good to see you. Saying Happy New Year's night. Scream 7, Ghostface in space. I hope not. I hope not. You guys know how I feel about space. That's where the franchises go when they're ready to die, except there's only one exception, you guys. Tell me, let's have some fun with this. Tell me who that exception is in the live chat. Tell me who the exception to that rule is in the live chat. If you guys know me, if you know my content, you will know the answer to that. Who is the exception to the whole don't go to space rule? Let me know. Let me know. Nathan, what's up? Good to see you. Saying sup night. Just got done watching football. Good day for the Cowboys. There you go. All right. So you're happy? Love it, man. Love it. Very, very cool. Tanisha's still talking about Cobra Kai. Oh man, that's crazy stuff. If I was making Scream 7, what would I do? Honest opinion. Well, okay, so let me ask you this. Do I have full control over everything? Meaning even studio control? Okay, so let me know that, Cody, because that would give me two different paths on what I could do. Do you mean what would I do with the current situation as it is forward? Or if I had studio control and I could mend fences and so forth? You know, let me put that out for you. Yeah, you guys know what's up. You Neil, hashtag Team Uber Jason. Hey, you know what? I gotta come up with an Uber Jason emoji. You guys know what's up. Jason X is the only exception, the only franchise, the only icon that could go to space and survive as a franchise, in my humble opinion. Don't get me going on Hellraiser 4. You don't want me to do that, guys, because I'll just rant and rant and rant, and you guys are just gonna be laughing your asses off. You guys are all right. Jennifer saying, when there was chatter about a prequel with Sydney's parents and Billy's parents, I was interested in that. Could be fun. It could be. It could be, man. You know, again, it's all about execution. I would be up for seeing it. I really would. I think right now, presently, as we are right now, with all the turmoil, okay, that would be a cool way to do things. You know, have a prequel. Or, and I alluded to this when we were talking about the possibilities of Saw X, and I still think it could be a possibility in Saw 11, is a prequel plus a sequel. You know, two different timelines in one film. Now, it's tricky, right? It's tricky to have that type of balance, but it could be done. It could be done. And Saw, especially as a franchise, is kind of used to doing that, you know, with flashbacks and current and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, but it's possible, man. Philip saying Ghostface versus Michael versus Jason versus Leprechaun. Yeah, right. SSH Alien. First of all, and I know a lot of you guys are newer to the channel, but I absolutely love the Alien franchise. Alien is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, if you guys don't see it in the background for my posters, and Aliens, okay? But I'm not going to count those because they were already in space, you know, so they don't count as far as the space rule. But definitely some of my most favorite films of all time, no doubt. Cody saying I have full control on everything. Well, if I have full control on everything, I'm finding a way to make this right with Melissa. Now, Jenna, from what we've heard, you know, there's a lot of rumors and stuff. Let's just assume it's strictly schedule. If I had full control, I would try to find a way to work with her schedule so we get Sam and Tara back, right? Okay, we do that. We bring in Nev, we've got Courtney, and we bring in Matthew Lillard, and we wrap this whole thing up in 7. The whole thing. We got the cult idea. We're bringing Stu back. A final showdown with Sydney and with Stu. And we got the core four involved as well. That's what I would do if I had full control and I could do everything. Because I feel as though even though 6 ended in a way that could be considered the end, I just felt like there was still some stuff there, you know? So that's what I would do in a nutshell. Just kind of shotgunning it out there to you real quick. Steven, you have to report to Gary Barber. I would not want to do that. No. Bro, Neil, I'm telling you. Come on, bro. Look, and I love you. I love you, man. But that movie was some bullshit, man. You listen, man. No, listen. And we had a great stream when we did a watch party for it, And man, we had a bunch of laughs. I will say this, and Neil, all seriousness, it wasn't that bad. It's definitely watchable. When I went to Terracon, and I told this story just the other night, and we met Kim Myers, and I told her I absolutely loved her, and I do. Nightmare 2 was the first nightmare I ever saw as a little kid, and I told her, I said, you were one of the best things at Hellraiser 4, and she smiled and got a chuckle out of it, and she knew what was up. They just did try to do too much. You're right. And the whole idea of going into space, I don't know, man. Some of it was cool, right? Some of it was kind of like clunky and missed opportunities, and I know there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And some deviations to what they were originally going to do, and the whole idea that it wasn't even a Hellraiser script at first and all that. But you're right. But I think my frustration is because I'm such a fan of the first and the second. You know what I mean? And that's where I get stuck. And even 3 was pretty good. But you could start to see where they were going. I think 3 was really influenced by Nightmare and kind of the landscape of horror. Because, Pinhead started doing little quips and stuff. And I love Doug Bradley, but you could kind of see where we were going in 3. So I agree. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. You know that. We've seen some of those worst movies of all time on Slasher Movie Club. But yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I'm just frustrated with it as a franchise. You know what I mean? So good comment, man. I appreciate you, brother. Seriously. And Jeff coming in with a super chat. All right, man. Thank you so much. Seriously. Jeff, also one of our newest channel members. Much appreciation for that. It helps us out so much, brother. Thank you so much. Saying, I've heard a lot of rumors on Scream. One thing I heard is reboot the whole thing, start from the beginning. I'm not sure about that. What would you do if you can't continue with the cast that you have? Well, like I said, I think if we have to get rid of the cast that we have, you got to start totally from scratch. I think what you should do, if it were up to me, and again, it's just my humble opinion, there's different ways you could do it, but one thing I would do is have a brand new set of characters, a brand new story, a brand new Ghostface killer, and just start it from there, and you could still have it in the same universe. You're right. One thing we do know is in this current universe, there are people that have become part of a cult, a Ghostface cult. So you could start a brand new iteration, someone from that cult that we don't know about yet, obviously, and start a whole new thing. And if it were me, I would make it so that the cast is an older cast, not high school. I would make it, an older cast, people that are working, maybe in their mid-20s or whatever, and some variation. Have someone with a family, have someone that's in their, 30s or 40s or 50s even. Make it feel different. You can still have ties to the original formula, the things we love, but make it feel different and fresh. Have a Ghostface killer that is intimidating, scary, the way they do things. Kind of like how we were speculating when we first saw, and Jack referenced it in my live stream with him earlier tonight, when we saw that teaser, the bodega scene, we were thinking, man, this is a tactical Ghostface. He's not playing around. He looks like he is experienced. And that was kind of scary. He wasn't falling all over the place. You couldn't throw, a a flower vase at him and he falls down, and like these young killers were doing. Shout out to all the Ghostface killers, but I'm just saying, have it be a Ghostface killer that you can't manhandle physically as easily, right? Make it intense, and let's have a cliffhanger. Don't kill the Ghostface killer. It's got to be more than one too. We know that. Shout out to Scream 3 where there was 2 killers. You guys let me know what you think about Angelina, but it's got to be more than one killer. Okay. Now I know I just gave a lot of stuff out there, Jeff, and for you guys in the chat, let me know what you guys think about that as an idea. Because as I was saying it, I was really getting on board with it. I like it. Real quick, Jeff, thank you so much, seriously, for the super chat. Much appreciated. It helps out a lot. And let's play a super chat clip for you. This one's for you. Sometimes you want to dance and you need a little help.
Here you go. Smiling, smiling, smiling. Now to the pelvis. Front, back, push it, pull it. Yeah! Ho! Ho! The bigger the circle, the thinner the waist. If you want a boogie.
There it is. If you want a boogie, that's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do. Kyle saying same night. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys on board with that. So look, let me bring in, we got a special guest. I had a couple folks that were hoping to jump in tonight. I know a lot of people are busy. It's New Year's Eve, but like I said, I wanted to, take the time to hang out with you guys. So I'm going to bring on my special guest. You guys know this person, or you're getting to know this person, been on the panel before, done some collaboration on video, got a couple other things in the works. This person is hilarious, and it just goes to show you that sometimes when you have folks that support the community, that support you, especially through comments and so forth, they can eventually become even bigger part of the community, and that's a really cool thing as well. And so anyways, let me bring her on here. You guys know her, you guys love her, and here is the wig master herself. We got Julie coming on board.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
Good to see
you. Thank you
you
for having me.
Yeah, man. Well, I just like, you're in the live chat, like chilling out, vibing out. I'm like, man, we gotta get you on the panel and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, man. I've got some free time, and I've got.
I know.
Can you see?
Now, which one is that?
Clyde.
That's Clyde.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Bonnie at?
I can go look for her. She's around here somewhere.
Oh, that's so cute, man. That's awesome stuff. Bonnie and Clyde. That's awesome. Oh, is he asleep?
Yeah. Nah, he's awake.
That is too cute.
He's
oh
just
my
chilling.
God. That is awesome. Well, I'm glad that you could jump on the panel for a little while. We're just kind of, vibing out and stuff. So, and I want to get to your ideas too on Scream, Julie, because I know you're such a huge fan of the franchise and so forth. So we'll get to that. Maybe do a tier list or something. We'll see. We're just chilling.
Yeah. All right.
Jennifer say. Jennifer says, Night, please tell me you like Prometheus. It gets so much hate, but I thought it was great. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Jennifer, I love Prometheus. I do. I really do. And I know it gets a lot of hate, and I understand. Let me start from the beginning on this. I know people have issues with it, and I understand why. For me, I enjoyed the fact that Ridley kind of did some weird shit. And I also thought it was such a well-made movie. Like when I watched it, first time I saw it in theater, it was just such a great visual and audio experience. I love it. It's definitely not, and I haven't talked about the Alien franchise on this channel. I did on my old channel, but at some point we wanted to revisit it. So you definitely will hear me do a lot of ranting. It's not my favorite in the franchise for sure, but I do enjoy it. And me and my brother Killian, we've had many conversations about Prometheus and the fan hate and this and that, which again, I understand it. I totally do. But Jennifer, you have redeemed yourself. because of your Halloween issues. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, I understand. I understand the Halloween issues too. Seriously, I do, and you're awesome. But I do enjoy Prometheus. Let me know some more of your thoughts, Julie. What do you think about Prometheus? Because I saw the look on your face. You're like, hell no.
No, so I'm laughing because I've got like the dirtiest secret ever.
Oh
And
no.
you're gonna hate me. But there is like an
Oh.
upside to this secret that makes it a little bit better, but
Okay.
I've never seen Prometheus. And to make it worse, I've seen Alien, but when I was a little kid, and I have not seen it since. Never seen the sequels. I know.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like my crime against humanity right there.
Well, I mean, it could be. There could be worse things. Wow. Okay, so listen, I'm going to say it right now. We got to set up something, as far as getting into the franchise, maybe doing a watch party, having you a part of it, because it would be the first time. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, because for me, and a lot of people here in the live chat, you guys are newer to the channel, and that's cool, but the franchise is so important to me. I love the franchise and so many moments throughout the franchise. So we've been actually, Coriander, myself, and Killian, we've been talking about, when are we going to get back into the Alien franchise? Because there are new projects that are coming out even this year, and hopefully they can, revive it. But yeah, we got to do something with Alien. That's cool.
I know
That
I'm
is so
horrible.
cool.
But
Well, no, it's okay.
I think the silver lining is that last night my boyfriend and I watched Predator for the first time.
Wow, that was the first time? Bro. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Listen,
And then,
all right.
well, it gets worse or better depending
Okay.
on your view. But
Go ahead.
we watched, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Friday night we watched The Thing for the first time. Yeah. I feel like I should see myself out, but let me just say though, it was awesome.
Yes, it was.
So awesome.
Man, I'm telling you, that just really no, I'm playing around. I'm messing. But that's great though, that you got the chance to see those things, and especially with The Thing. What'd you think of Predator?
I liked it. After seeing The Thing though, it was very, I mean, I get why the Predator was camouflaged for like more than half the movie, but it was kind of like, come on, man, I wanted to see it. But we were kind of giggling at some of Arnold's acting, and which I like him a lot, but it was just it was just kind of silly. He was
it's a super 80s movie. Yeah. Super 80s, super cheesy. But that's the charm of it. That's so cool. So
yeah, it was a fun movie though. It definitely was, and I think we'll probably watch the sequels, or at least the second one. But yeah, Alien was next on the list. So
yeah. So definitely with the Predator films, it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what you think of them. I still love the franchise. It's a franchise I've grown up with. But definitely for Alien, we gotta set up something, man. Maybe when we do a watch party, you guys can watch it with us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something, So remind me about that. I'm gonna try to keep that on the front of my list as well, because we've been thinking about getting back into the franchise. And it's been so long. So
yeah,
cool.
We would love that. And I mean, those are just those three in particular are ones that like I feel like I've heard so much about them that I feel like I did see them. Do you know what I mean? It's like not that the whole thing was spoiled, but it kind of like I've heard so much about it that it's like I feel like I have seen it, but not really.
Yeah, so. I know what you mean, man. Every once in a while, when I get a chance to see something that just passed me by for whatever reason, but does have a lot of popularity or I've heard a lot about, I feel the same exact way. It's kind of like you know it, but you don't know it because you haven't watched it from beginning to end yet. That is so cool, man. Who would have thought, man? We got secrets being revealed right and left.
I know. I was like scared to say that.
Oh, stop. Were you really? Come on.
Nah, I mean, I think Friday night when you guys were streaming and I came in like right at the end, I think I actually said, "Oh, we just finished watching The Thing for the first time." I don't think anybody saw it though.
Yeah, but that's
so
cool.
I got away with it.
I'm that's too funny. I got away with it. But that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're part of it. And okay, so there's a lot going on here. So we'll go back to The Thing in a minute because I do want to hear maybe a quick thought on it. Okay. So let me catch up with these guys too. This is great. You taking me down a rabbit trail. This is awesome. Denisha, thank you so much for putting the link in the chat. We have a new Facebook group, guys, for you guys that are fans of the channel and fans of each other. That's the big thing. Fans of each other in this community that is wonderful, this family. So Denisha, thank you for putting the link in the chat. If you could put it back in the chat again, it's called Escape to Horror. And it's also a way that I can communicate with you guys more. I know sometimes it's challenging because on the community tab, people sometimes might miss things. So I just thought this would be another way to kind of keep in touch with each other and all that fun. And plus Facebook can be fun. You know, the different things that you can do, polls and, you know, sharing just different things with each other, whether it's video or images, gives us a little bit more freedom than YouTube. So let's see. Jeff saying, when it comes to horror movies going to space, I want to know how the hell they captured Jason in the first place. Yeah, I know, man. They should do a movie on that. Neil saying, I'm kidding. Hellraiser 4 is bad, but I'm taking up Eric's slack and defending a bad movie. Hey, look, Eric's here too, man. I appreciate that, Neil. Hellraiser 4 is no Jason Goes to Hell, but it's not the worst in the franchise. That is true. That is true. Like, Hellraiser 4 is when it went off the cliff, in my opinion. Like, they had so many direct-to-video things. I just couldn't keep up with it. But then this new one that had just come out, I was so shocked that I enjoyed it. You know, so shocked. And happy New Year to you too, Eric. You're all right, man. God. He said Hellraiser 3 is my favorite entry. All right, man. I don't know, man. I love 1 and 2 so much. I think 1, just the creativity and coming out of the gate, but 2 is so underrated. It's such a great sequel, such a great one, man. Hoping everyone has a safe night tonight. And Night, thank you for helping me achieve the goal of 1,200. Yo, listen,
awesome,
man. I'm so glad that we hit it, man. I knew we could. And first of all, let me just say, and you guys know, when we have people on the panel, and in our videos and so forth, you know, I really I appreciate them. I really have a connection to them, including obviously you, Julie, all of you guys that take the time to hang out with us. It means a lot. More than you guys would probably even know. And you know, there's no one that deserves this 1,200 and so much more than that than you, Eric. I mean, and you've been on this channel so much because we love you. You're a brother, you're a true friend. And I'm just happy for you, man. I'm just happy for you. And let's just keep on moving. Let's keep on moving and having fun content and you getting those interviews and all that stuff, man. Seriously. So, and obviously you guys will see Eric on this Tuesday night as we continue our Battle World series, which I'm absolutely stoked about. We're going to have Carpenter versus Carpenter. But seriously, congrats, man. And as always, you guys know how I do this stuff in the live chat. If you are not subscribed to my guests or good friends and other content creators, check them out, man. Give them a subscribe, give them some support. There's a lot of great things out there, and Eric has a great channel full of stuff, various stuff. I love it. So much love, bro. Much love. Let's see. And I know I'm way behind, guys. You know how this thing goes. He loved Prometheus. I know you love Prometheus, man. It's a good movie. It is. Yes. Denisha. Oh. Julie, you look nice and cozy. That's cool.
Thank you.
Oh, very cool. Let's see. Oh, you haven't seen Covenant? Man, okay, all right. Now listen, guys.
Now you
All
have
right.
to do a series.
Yes, bro. Like we're gonna. All right, and Eric, because here's the other thing about Eric. And Neil's been around for a long time too. These guys are OGs as far as this community and great friends. But Eric, back on the old channel, and we went through the Alien franchise with our good friend Marty from the Trash Picture Show. That was one of my most favorite things that I had ever done as a YouTuber, because we had so much fun and we went through the whole franchise, movie by movie, deep dive discussions. So yeah, I'm really formulating that in my head right now as we wanted to get back into the franchise. So Eric, if you can hold off on watching Covenant, hold off, because I got some ideas. Julie hasn't gotten into it, so we can make this a huge community thing. So yeah, very cool stuff. We got a hoe take. We got a hoe take in the chat. Neil says hoe take, aliens or alien is greater than aliens, and it isn't even close. What?
Oh, is that a thing? People say the
Wow.
sequel's better.
Well, people on both sides, but one thing that most people agree on is that as a sequel, it's a really great sequel. And there's some people that do prefer it over the original. I'll hold off my answer on that because I think we're going to be talking about it. But I understand though, Neil, and knowing your taste in movies, I get it. So that even though you called it a hoe take, I get it, man. Very cool stuff. And hey, we got another knock on the door. The party is just getting started. So let's bring in my next guest. Listen, when you talk about kind people, generous people, obviously a lot of you guys, that fits a description. But this person, just the things that they've done for this channel in particular and the community, which spreads to the rest of the collective and so forth. It's just crazy, just his generosity and so forth. And I truly do mean that. And man, I could get choked up about it, so I won't do that. But anyway, let me bring him on. He's a good friend. He's a brother, and absolutely love him. He is known as the mayor. Okay, he's known as the mayor, and the bearded entertainment. Eric, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy. No need to get choked up. No need to get choked up.
I'm just saying,
Julie,
man.
nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
I don't know that we've met before.
I don't think you guys have been on a panel together.
Yeah,
no.
And Knight, of course, thanks for the very warm welcome.
Yeah,
you're very welcome to everyone in the community, I guess.
Hey, man, seriously, you've been so supportive, and you've brought so many smiles to so many people. Not only with your personality in the chat and all the times you've been on the panel, great laughs and great insight, but also your artistry, bro. I mean, like. Me and Steven are gonna keep singing the praises, bro, because the stuff that you did, with Halloween Fest 2 was just like, you made something that was so special to us even more special. You know what I mean? And that was big, man. You put a lot of time into helping us out and all those great prizes and paintings and stuff. And
you're very welcome. And for anyone who hasn't got their poster yet, they are coming. Just the holidays crept up, and
oh yeah,
I've been really busy. I got a project I'm working on right now that's taking up like all of my time, and I can't really talk about it yet, but soon.
Okay, I like that tease. That's really good. All right, nice. Jennifer saying Covenant was okay, not horrible, but a decent watch. Okay, all right. And yes,
Alien
Eric.
Covenant?
Yeah, Alien. Have you seen Alien Covenant?
Hold on. They kind of run together for me.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron, or is that Prometheus?
That was Prometheus. The next one, Covenant.
Covenant was after it.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Danny McBride? Or is that also
Yes.
Prometheus? Okay.
Nope. Covenant was with Danny McBride.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. First of all, I'm just gonna say I liked them all.
There you go.
Yeah, like I don't think I've seen well, there's definitely one I could say is my least favorite Alien movie, but I do enjoy them all. And I enjoyed Covenant. I think I enjoyed Covenant actually a little bit more than Prometheus.
Well, they definitely. Well, and I don't want to spoil anything because Julie hasn't seen it yet. but I know well, at least I think I know exactly why you feel that way. And
is there one particular character that for me, it's one particular character that has like a bigger, a more revealed role in Covenant than they did in Prometheus, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, I think we're on the same page. Yeah, for that reason, I enjoyed Covenant more.
Yeah, I could definitely be on board with that. I wish that they would let Ridley finish it out, man, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
Which is, it's a shame.
I know. I wanted to. Well, anyways, I don't want to. Julie's like, wait a minute. What's going on?
I can pop my earbuds out if you guys want to talk about it. No, seriously.
Julie's like, I don't have to be here, guys. You can talk your alien stuff, man. It's okay. No, I'm just joking. No,
is that a ferret?
Yeah.
Yes, that's.
Oh
Clyde.
my god, adorable.
Thank you.
Look at him. He just yawned.
I know. I just saw a yawn. I'm like, oh my gosh. At first I thought it was a cat, but then I was like, look at the tube.
Yeah. Earlier he did this hilarious thing though where he was like hanging off for like this whole stream so far, and then he like did a yawn and he did the arms up and then he just collapsed. It was so cute.
Someone just say Predator is awesome as well.
Yeah, Predator's awesome, and The Thing. Nathan's like, The Thing? What?
Oh yeah.
Cody says, please tell me she's seen Halloween at least. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen them all too many times.
She's a pro.
Well, it's never enough. It's never enough.
I just got the final layer of filler primer on the mask.
Get out. Whoa. Are you serious?
I'm about to start painting it. I've got the stuff to make the like I refer to them as dreads because they kind of look like dreadlocks hanging off, you know. But I got the stuff to make those. But I just got the final layer of primer on the mask.
Whoa, dude, that looks amazing.
Fully 3D printed.
That is awesome.
So
love it, man.
And I've got the laser module to put in the side and everything. So like, it's actually gonna have a switch so the 3 lasers will come out.
I love it, man. That is so freaking cool, man. You're like a wizard. You might have to change you from the mayor to the wizard.
I actually did one more Predator thing.
Eric said, don't feel bad, Julie. I'd only seen both The Thing and Jaws for the first time in maybe the last handful of years.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that, bro.
Whoa.
It's a bus. It's got a stand that goes with it, but like,
wow. I love that, man.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it.
That is so cool, man.
It's actually a gift for someone, so.
Wow, that's an awesome gift, bro. For real.
Well, they're gonna be impressed.
Right?
I hope so.
You can't not be. That was awesome.
Neil, you've never seen Fight Club? What the hell is going on tonight? What?
Man.
Wow, that's crazy. No, I'm just.
Doesn't that kind of imply that he has seen it though?
If you can't talk about it, sure.
I know.
Likely story.
There you go. I know. I love it. Oh my goodness. And Isaac in the chat, our newest channel member. What's up, brother? Good to see you, and thank you so much again for joining this family. I think you're seeing we're having a lot of fun and just cool stuff, cool people. But yeah, Hellraiser 2 definitely, in my opinion, anyways, a great sequel. Severely underrated, no doubt. And look, we've got Denisha working hard. She's got the link in the chat for Eric's channel. Hey internet, Eric here, and I'm sure she's going to put Eric's. We got many Erics, we got many Jasons, we got a couple of Russells, but I'm sure she's going to put the Bearded Entertainment's link in the chat too. We appreciate that, Denisha. Thank you so much for being here, helping out. Danielle is in the chat. What's up? Happy New Year. All right.
Hey, Danielle.
Very, very cool. Jennifer's like, yes, alien movie series on the channel. You guys are cute, man. You guys are all right. You guys are all right. We're definitely going to do it now. Yes. Isaac saying this is just a great positive group. I think so too, man. I think that's the beauty of it. And trust me, this is just the beginning. I mean, there's been some amazing fun moments, whether it's events, watch parties, streams, videos, just great stuff, man. Seriously. And there we go. Denisha's on it, man. Look at Denisha, Eric.
Thank you,
on
Denisha.
it, bro. Good for you. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. You guys are all right. Jennifer is going off in the chat. She's like, I want to defend my position on Covenant. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jeff, I don't know, man, if you want to hear my thoughts on Alien versus Predator. I will say this, and only people that have been around for a long time, Neil, Eric's been around for a long time. We did talk about that. Check out that video, bro. Check out that video, because I don't want to spoil what we're going to do coming up, because we're definitely going to talk about AVP. There is no doubt on this planet, dude, we're going to have an interesting discussion. And look at that. Dude, you got a channel member anniversary a year.
12 months, man.
Dude, that is so cool, man. You got the VIP sticker. That is awesome stuff, man. Man, look, let me just say, thank you. Seriously, thank you.
It's a pleasure, man.
Seriously, I mean, and obviously I've already said stuff, so I don't want to just, keep ranting, but, you've just been so supportive. You're on our highest tier as a member. I mean, it's just crazy stuff, man. Steven and I, we talk about this all the time, but for any of you guys that are able to do this type of stuff, we can't believe it. We really can't. It's just, I'm speechless. But thank you for all that you do. Seriously, 12 months with the Nightwatch Zone. That's crazy stuff, man. A year. We got to play some super chat clips, bro, because this is big time. I really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you. Seriously, thank you.
You're very welcome, man. You're very well worth it, man. You do. I swear, I've said it before. I'll say it every time. You're like the hardest working guy on YouTube. I swear, there's something new from you every day. And like I feel good if I get like 2 videos out per week, and then you do 2 a day. I'm like, okay, well, all right. I gotta bridge the gap somehow. But man, yeah, the work you do astounds me. Your membership is well worth it.
No, thanks.
So
man.
Yeah, dude, if y'all aren't members, you should be. And if you got a free membership given to you, you should definitely re-up that, because it's well worth it. The perks are there, and they're well worth it.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's coming from someone who's been a member for 12 months. So there's a reason to stick around, y'all.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You guys are getting me all messed up here on New Year's Eve. All right. So much love, man. Let's do a super chat clip in honor of our good friend, the mayor here. And for all of you guys too. Here's a good one. Because sometimes in life, you need somebody that is going to help be a mentor. And in my mind, there's only one man that could be a mentor to us.
The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you.
Middle name is period.
Middle name is that period. Last name is T.
Hey, look, nobody.
Oh, man.
He still has that charisma. Like when he would talk, growing up, he was just one of my idols. Like for real. Like I really did just love all the stuff he did. But when he would talk, he had so much passion behind him. And he's a really cool guy. He really has done a lot of cool stuff, charity stuff too, man. So I really do mean it when I say that about him. But thanks so much, man. Seriously, you rock. All of you guys rock. Brian, you guys are the best. Seriously, man. Yeah. Isaac saying, what'd you think of the crossover? Please, what did you think of the crossover? Okay, I will say this. It was fun. It was fun. I did see it in the theater when it came out. So I was a big fan of both franchises. And it was, look, there's a lot of eye candy in that movie as far as just the action and just the things exploding and everything. So I had fun with it. No doubt at all. And I'm telling you right now, Isaac, and I usually don't do this, but we will get back into the franchise. We're going to do streams on it. We're going to go through every movie. We're going to do some watch parties. So definitely stay tuned, man. Especially being a channel member, I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time and try to plan some stuff and even get some folks on the panel, man. I want to do a lot more of that type of stuff too. So
I can tell
Awesome
you that
stuff.
I thought it was amazing, and I think Sanaa Lathan is incredible and worth the movie on its own just to see her kicking ass alongside a Predator.
Right? Talk about underrated final girls, right?
And when like the Predator like tore the, I'm not spoiling anything, right?
It's all right.
Okay,
I'll forget by the time we get to it.
Okay, like gave the alien skull or the alien like head plate as a shield. I was
as a shield.
I was like, man, this is getting like good. Like I really, I dig it, man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Requiem, I had some problems with mostly because it's so dark. Like
It's
it's not
you
even
can't
anything.
see anything.
It's not even any problem with the story or anything. It's just so dark. Like you can't. So Requiem, some problems with, but the first one.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with Requiem too, and not to get too deep into it, but you're right, because there were so many beautiful moments and great action that was so hard to see because of that filter. You just couldn't see it, you know.
You got to watch it in pitch black with like nothing else to like throw a glare off the TV. It's just so dark, and I hate when they do that. It's so distracting.
Yep,
in a bad way. So yeah, but the first one, I really loved the storyline, like how they connected them, because going into it, I was like, how are they going to connect these two things that, like, as far as I had seen at the time, there's no real connection there. And they did such a good job with the story. I even to this day, I love that storyline. So
yeah. I mean, it was crazy how to bring those two mythologies together, man. I think they did pretty good, man. Real quick too, we've got another knock on the door, and another one of our members and big supporters in the community, and I'm glad that she could make it. We were trying to make this thing happen. You guys know her, you guys love her. Let's bring her in. We've got Jen. What's going on, Jen? What's going on, Jen?
Hey, Jen.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, I think we got
it.
Whoa.
You got us on, don't you?
What's the problem?
You got us on, don't you?
I don't. Can you hear the echo?
I just have streamed
Are you sure you don't have the video going on YouTube? Because we can hear it. Yeah, we can hear an echo.
No, I don't even have YouTube open.
Huh? That's weird. Maybe it's because. Maybe because of headphones, maybe?
Yeah, I was about to say, it might be because you don't have headphones. The audio is coming out of the computer. The microphone's picking it up and going back in.
Yeah, it could be.
All right, let me try.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. I'm gonna mute it here real quick so we don't have that. Okay, cool. I know she said she was having computer issues earlier too. And look, man, some people get really sneaky on the panel too. And yeah, Eric, thank you. He's gifting memberships as I was doing all that talking. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, what the?
You're welcome,
man. You're all right, man. We got some gifted memberships to you guys, courtesy of the Bearded Entertainment himself. Looks like we got Dominique. Sunrise is back in the fold. Kyle is back in the fold. All right. We've got Shell and we've got Bad Boys Club also gifted a membership. So, hey, welcome to the family, guys. We appreciate it so much. And definitely when you get a chance to give a shout out to Eric at the Bearded Entertainment. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate you. Seriously. You didn't have to do that.
You're very welcome, cool. Man. You know, spread the cheer.
Yeah,
end of the
year.
Thank
you so much, man. Let's play another clip. And Danielle has made a request. Sometimes you need a little peppermint in your life that could change things for the better. And this is what happens.
Bro, I've seen edited ones of that clip, and they always freaking get me.
It's crazy, man.
The sounds, I don't know what the hell sound that is, but it is. Oh man, that high pitch always gets me.
Yeah, there's something about it. It's like, ooh,
it's crazy, man. Oh my god. Hey Ryan, happy New Year to you. All right, Jeff. I used to love watching the A-Team. And Rocky 3 back in the day. Rocky is one of my favorite franchises ever, no doubt at all. Very, very cool. So let's see if Jen's echo is gone here. Jen, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. There's no
better?
echo now. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. Very, very cool.
Thank
Happy
you. Trying to connect to the chat and I can't. I don't know why.
Oh, you can't?
StreamYard is real finicky. Do you mean
yeah,
connect
it can
to
be.
it through StreamYard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be real finicky.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I'm trying, and this box pops up and then it disappears.
Nice.
So
Well,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just have it open
Yeah.
on my phone. I've tried signing in on here before, and yeah.
it is tricky.
I don't
Maybe
have.
one day, hopefully, they make it better. Oh, hey, thanks, Wayne. Wayne says he joined the Facebook group. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Very, very cool. So let me ask you this, Julie. I want to, before I forget, because I'm big on John Carpenter's The Thing. So you watched it, you finally saw it. Quick thoughts on it.
Well, so like I said, feeling like I had already seen it. I had seen like clips of a lot of maybe like 2 of the transformations, but still, it was epic. Still, we were sitting there trying to guess who was a thing and who wasn't.
Nice.
That ending, we didn't notice some things about the ending, and then we were watching like a Things You Missed video right after.
Yes.
And we were like, oh my God. Well, things like and we were like, oh my gosh, like didn't even notice the first time. So yeah, it was awesome. And
that is cool.
I knew, well, I don't want to spoil it, I guess, but
it's hard to dance around it, isn't it?
Yeah. Kurt Russell was awesome. Everybody in it was awesome. Even the dogs, man. The dogs were great actors.
Yeah, they were. Some great stuff in there, man.
We're kind of interested in the prequel, but I'm also kind of scared to watch it if it's bad. Do you recommend it?
I would say watch it. I think that there's some good stuff in there. I think the biggest issue, and that's without spoiling it, although it is a prequel, is that they wanted to use practical effects to kind of, pay respect to the Carpenter film. And they even had things set up for practical work and so forth. But the studio got involved and said, hey, we got to use CGI. We want to smooth this out. We want to make it look better. And it didn't.
No.
Okay. But I will say, you can see the respect that they gave to the original. Well, I don't want to say the original because Carpenter's film is a remake.
Right.
Okay. But they had a lot of respect that they paid to the Carpenter film. So I think it's definitely worth it to watch.
That's too bad, man.
Right?
If only there was
That's
a bootleg
way too
cut
bad.
with yeah.
Well, it's the same thing that happened this year with the Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah.
Really?
There was so much practical work done on Dracula. Like they had the guy in like full makeup and everything, and then they ended up just like CGing over most of it, and it didn't look great. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, you bring in like a master to do this makeup work, and like it looked, because you can find behind the scenes photos of the makeup, and it looks amazing. But then they just CG'd it out, and it's like, that's a crime.
Yeah, it is, and I enjoyed it though, and that just shows how much better it could have been if they had stuck with the original plan. You know what I mean? Again, CGI can be, it's tricky, man. It's tricky.
CGI, in my opinion, is only useful in conjunction with practical effects.
Yes, to smooth things a little bit. I totally agree. They do that with The Walking Dead, like. Greg Nicotero and those guys have done fantastic work. I mean, I don't watch it really anymore, but when I did those first 4 or 5 seasons, the the work that they did on the zombies was fantastic, and all they did is just have a little bit of CGI just to, help out with a little bit of things that the practical couldn't achieve. And I think that's a great example of how you can marry the two. I miss practical work, and The Thing is a great example of it.
And I don't want to sound like I completely bashed on CGI, because I'm going to say, like, I loved Marvel movies up until Endgame, and like obviously CG, you're not going to do practical and like that, because it doesn't it doesn't. And I didn't mind the CG at all there. Like it was, I thought it looked great. Obviously, I think the quality of it's gone downhill now, but
yeah.
So I think there are uses for CGI, but when it comes to horror and like kill scenes and stuff that was done for like, decades with practical effects very well, I don't think you should take like a cheaper option and just and cheaper and more like a quicker option and just use CG. I think it's a cop out, and it doesn't improve the film. So
I agree, man. Absolutely. And Neil was saying you could spoil it because everyone else has seen the thing.
I figured, but
I've never seen it.
Oh,
you
actually,
haven't?
I was watching on my TV while I was restarting the computer. I haven't seen any of those movies that Julie mentioned.
Wow.
Not one.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you what, Jen, The Thing is one of those movies. You just got to experience it. It's just, I mean, I don't even want to give it away, because it's just, to me, it was so. The thing about The Thing is, it's a great mystery and full of tension. I mean, the tension is, in my opinion, is thick. It's so atmospheric, and that's the fun of it. When I saw it as a kid, it really shook me, because I'm like, because you don't know. The mystery is so well done.
And it still exists. Like,
yes,
that's the thing. There's still mystery to it to this day. And
that's right.
I mentioned it on your stream the other day, because this topic had been like brought up as well. And I saw John Carpenter on an interview with Stephen Colbert, and I loved how calm and like cool John Carpenter was about it. Like, because he asked him about the thing. He's like, if you really want to know, you write me a letter asking, and you put a really big check in there, and then I'll tell you.
He's all about the money, man.
He's about
He is.
the cheddar.
Yeah.
I mean, I
gotta
can't blame
Not
him.
shy about it.
No, he's not.
No, not at all. I commend him on saying, this is what I wanted to do. However, this is what I will do for money. Like, I commend him on being honest about that.
I do too, man. And the thing about him, and I wanted to jump back to Scream for a second too, especially now we got you and Jen on here. But I will say this about John Carpenter. What a career he had, because as much success as he got, he had a lot of struggle. You know what I mean? Like, so many of his movies did not perform the way that he would have wanted initially, or the studios. And he really got disenchanted with the whole studio machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny because so many of his movies became cult classics, like The Thing. The Thing bombed in the theaters. 1982 was not the year of The Thing. 1982 was the year of E.T. Okay, so you can kind of figure out the spectrum right there. But The Thing became a cult phenomenon, and even people that reviewed the movie back then were like, "Oh my God, what is this? It's gross. It's this. It's that." And now it's applauded for its tension and atmosphere and practical effects and stuff like that. So same thing with They Live, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Starman. I mean, all of those Carpenter movies underperformed back then. So, when I look at him now, and he's basically saying, hey, now everybody's, on board the train and this and that, I got to get some money out of this thing, for me and my family. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all, because he really didn't have that success during his peak and his prime. You know what I mean? He was respected, but he had a lot of struggles.
And man, you just brought it up, but I just rewatched They Live the other day, because I was like, it's been a while. That movie is so entertaining. The movie's so good, and like, I didn't realize how little dialogue there is in that movie when you really think about it. Like it's so investigative. If I'm saying that word right, like he's just trying to figure the thing out, and you're trying to figure it out with him. But what really gets me every time is that fight scene between Roddy Piper and Keith David that just goes on.
The longest fight scene of all time.
Well, what gets me is so when I was in theater school, I took like unarmed combat as a class, and one of our assignments was to pick a fight scene from a movie and redo it. And everyone picked like an iconic fight scene. Like one group picked the fight scene between Inigo Montoya and oh god, what's his name? Cary Elwes from The Princess Bride, like the sword fight. But someone picked the fight scene between Keith David and Roddy Piper, and it just goes on forever. And the teacher told us, she's like, I know someone's gonna pick it, and you feel free to. Just know you're going to have to remember more stuff than everyone else because that fight scene is so long. So, and she's like, and I'm not going to give you a better grade because you did a longer one. If you mess up, you mess up. But someone still took it on. And it was, they did a great job with it. It was so much fun. But that fight scene always gets me, especially when he goes to like, Roddy goes to like hit him in the, below the belt. And he's like, oh, you mother. And then he goes back and he ends up hitting him like 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
Oh, it's dude, true, I love that fight scene.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic, man. So look, real quick too, I wanted to get you guys' take because we were talking a lot about obviously the state of the franchise for Scream and possibilities and what we'd like to see and all this. And I know a lot of this is just for fun, theory, speculation, and all that. But just so these guys can get your takes as well. How about we do this, Jen? I'll start with you, and then we'll go to Eric, and then Julie. Do you have a way that you want to see the franchise continue as far as in 7? Like, how can it continue for you?
Well, I heard people talking about it earlier, and I am like 100% behind the prequel. I want to see Maureen, and I want to go back to Hollywood. Maureen in Hollywood and start there.
Nice.
And find out all about those dirty deeds that were done.
The dirty deeds. I love that.
I want to know who Roman's father is. I want to know all about that. I mean, because it definitely reflects things that are happening in Hollywood now. So I think it's the perfect time to do it. Take a nice little stab at Hollywood again.
No pun intended. A stab at Hollywood.
Yeah. And I definitely want to bring back Maureen. She's like, I love her.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Lynn McCree is just so awesome, and she would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, she would. She would. I agree. Well, that's a good one. I like it. I think it would be a cool idea as well, because I think that was one of the many things that I really enjoyed about 3, because that mystery was really interesting, and hearing about that dark side of Hollywood and what Maureen went through and how it all led to what we knew in the franchise,
Which is why it's my favorite sequel. 3 has always been my favorite.
Yep. I know. It's a cool take. I like it. Eric, how about you?
I've heard a lot of people talk about the prequel idea as well. At first thought I was on board, but the more I think about it, the less I'm on board. If it were just a regular movie, like looking into Hollywood at that time, it's one thing. But it's a Scream movie, and there's certain things you'd have to have for it to be a Scream movie. And like Maureen was in Hollywood 1970. Yeah. Because Roman was born in 1970. We know because he said he was going to be 30 years old in 2000. So she was there 1969 to 1970. Like the voice changer didn't exist at that time. So like Ghostface couldn't have used that at that time. And just thinking about more things like, would the mask have existed? And you can make it exist, but I feel like also when a franchise goes from putting out a sequel to putting out a prequel, I feel like that's a sign that the franchise is in a little bit of trouble because there's nothing stopping them from making a sequel right now. There's not. They couldn't use, they can't use Sam and Tara, or they can't. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows the status of Nev right now. But say they can't use Nev, you can still do exactly what they did in 5. Whole new story that ties in some way.
Yep.
And I would rather them do that. I would rather start a brand new story like they did with 5. I don't want it to be a remake where they try to make a new Sydney or anything like that, but just a whole new cast of characters, and don't pretend that Sydney and Sam don't exist. They're out there. The Stab universe is out there.
Right.
And if you think about it, in the Scream franchise, over 6 movies, we've had like 3 motives, pretty much.
Yes.
Family issues,
revenge.
Family issues, I want to get famous, and movies, like toxic fandom. Those are really the only 3. There's so many more motives to kill people out there. Like, you can make a new Scream movie with a new motive that still is included in the franchise and in the ever expanding universe. So I think that's what I'd prefer them do rather than the reboot route. Although I would love to know more about Marine.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
my problem with it is just
it wasn't in 2000 that was like ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, that was ahead of its time. I'm just thinking and that's one of the things people call out all the time about Scream 3 is like how unrealistic that is even for today. So it is, I mean, it may not be to me or to you or to many people, but for a lot of people that's a problem. Like, they recognize that as a problem. So like I said, if it was just a regular movie like drama explaining Marine's story, I would absolutely be on board. Love to see that. But how would you, if you go back to do a prequel in Hollywood, like, who's the Ghostface? Why are they the Ghostface? How does it tie into Marine? And it becomes a little bit more far-fetched to me because, as we know, Marine technically is the first victim of Ghostface. So it would just be really happenstance to me if, 30, 25 years before we actually had the first official Ghostface killing, there was some other random Ghostface killer. I don't know. Like, I like the idea as a drama, but as a Scream movie, I don't think there's a way that would realistically sell it for me.
Yeah, it's tricky, man. Anytime you go back or you try to over-explain something in a franchise, you run into a lot of potholes that you got to dodge. And that we've seen that time and time again with different franchises. When they try to explain mythologies or they try to retcon something and try to make it make sense, it's difficult. It truly is difficult, man. So yeah, that would be tricky. Maybe that could be something that they do on the small screen.
Yeah, like I said, if you do a show, or do a drama like that's like an off a spinoff, of like just called Marine, I'd be so there for it to see what all went down. Like, but like just having an opening kill and tying it into Marine's time in Hollywood, I don't know how it would work out.
Right. Yeah, it'd be challenging, man. It really, really would. And Danielle saying, make a Scream 6.5 focus on Stu and Ghostface behind the scenes aspect. Give time for wounds to heal so we get a full Scream 7 cast with minimum BS. Yeah, that's an option too. Not bad. And we got Val in the chat too. What's going on, Val? Hope you're doing well. Saying Happy New Year to all you wonderful people. Same thing to you, Val. Hope you're doing well and having a good New Year's Eve as we're just kind of kicking back and hanging out. Julie, how about you? What do you think is the path forward as far as what you'd want or what you think could happen with this new project?
Well, I think for me, it's kind of like 2 different things, and one is delusional. But so I think for the first thing I would like, if it's even possible at this point with all the burnt bridges, is Sarah Campbell's idea.
Yeah.
Sequel to 4, blah blah. I mean, we've all heard it. It's an amazing idea. I love it. But yeah, if they've already burnt all those bridges and we can't get any original people back, then okay. So if that's the case, then what Eric said, yeah, new story, but no remake, obviously. And maybe, I mean, they could acknowledge the other movies like they kind of did in 5, but obviously no legacy characters. And yeah, I mean, it would kind of feel like a reboot at that point, and I guess it would be, but as long as they don't really taint anything that came before it. But I think and then the delusional thought that I have is that, well, maybe, you know, if they give it another year, maybe stuff will shift around and they might get to do what they originally planned. Maybe, well, I mean, I wouldn't wish a disaster on Christopher Landon, you know, if he were to come back, but I would like to see him back. But
I know.
Who can blame him for not wanting to be a part of it anymore? But
agreed.
Speaking of the Landon situation, did you Jen, I'm pretty sure you were there. I know you were there, but did y'all see Craven's stream last night?
I was in some of it. Yeah.
Wait, someone asked Tyler McIntyre, the director of It's a Wonderful Life, if he would do 7, and man, I respect him a lot because he pretty much came out and said he's like they're gonna. He said a lot, but he's like, I think they're gonna have a hard time finding someone to step in now that Landon's gone. And I'm like, I respected him for saying that because I think that's the case. I do know that there's plenty of directors out there who would do it, but a director of like
a group
good standing
when that was asked.
The thing is, I was typing up a super chat to ask him that as Steven read off that question. I was like, okay, no need for a super chat. Let's hear what he said. He's like, I don't. And he said he doesn't think he's the right person for it, which is, you know, I commend him for saying that. I don't know if that means he doesn't want to do it or he doesn't think it because Christopher Landon. Someone asked about. I think JT asked him about directing a new Nightmare film, and he said, "I'm not the right person for that."
Right.
He knows what he's good at, but I think, I mean, with the mystery that was laid out in A Wonderful Knife, I could see.
Oh, it definitely has parallels.
Yeah, I still, after the movie Thanksgiving, get Eli Roth in there.
Eli pulled it off, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Thanksgiving felt more like a Scream film than Scream 6 in a lot of ways.
Dude, when I walked out of the theater, I texted like 4 people, and I said, Thanksgiving is more of a Scream film than Scream 6 and 5 combined.
And I agree.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it had like that classic 90s feel. And actually, I went to go see it by myself. It was like the first movie I've seen completely alone in like a really long time. And hey, there you go.
Nice. 3D printed it already.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
Okay, no spoilers.
I won't spoil anything at all. I was just going to say that I was sitting by myself watching it, and I was sitting there cracking up. Oh my God. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, but it was so enjoyable. I think mostly for me, like the humor was done so well that it was like, yeah, it was really fun. I think if it had been played completely straight, it would have been, definitely not as enjoyable. But
agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely agreed.
There's a part, and I won't give any spoilers. I'll talk around this, but anyone who's seen this is going to know what I'm talking about. There's a part where the John Carver is it John Carver? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, John Carver is chasing. There's a cat and mouse scene with a character in a room inside a school. And I don't know, something about the way he's walking around that room, just like using the axe to flip on the light and shut the door. I'm like, he has such a confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I loved it.
It was so good. And I'm like, I want, if you were to put a ghost face robe on that person and redo that scene exactly as it was, I would be like, that's peak Scream to me. Like that cat and mouse. We haven't had anything like that in 5 or 6.
No, not at all. And I was saying that earlier in the stream is that to me, if I had the control of it, that's exactly what I'd want to see in the next film is a ghost face. And we speculated about that when we saw the teaser for 6, we said, oh, this is a tactical Ghostface, more experience. And we saw some shades of that, but not to the level that I wished. We still had Ghostface. You could throw a pencil at him and he's flipping and falling on the floor and all that type of stuff. It's like, bro, I just, Carver had that demeanor physically. And I would love to see that translated into the Scream franchise. Just for me, that's why I said if we were to go ahead with a new cast and new characters, skew them older. Like, to me, I think that would be interesting. Not to say that we can't have young people as well, but maybe balance it out, different age ranges and stuff like that. And I think having a stronger Ghostface would really be cool. I would love to see that. And in 5 and 6, we just didn't get enough of that. So
we almost got it. They just don't pull through at the end. It's like they just.
If I had to say something about 5 and 6, I would say they're the most bait and switch movies of the entire franchise. Like they gave you stuff in the trailer that just blatantly wasn't in the movie. They gave us lines in the trailer, because I remember when we were watching the preview, because we all did a watch party together when it debuted, and
that's right.
Like there was a specific line from Ghostface on a phone call. He's like, "There's never been one like me before, Gail."
Yes,
and we all jumped on that, and then slowly a couple people started being like, "I don't know, probably just gonna saying that." And I know I did a video after the movie, and I'm like, well, they took that out of the movie because it was a lie.
Right.
So I would say you're definitely right, man. I think it would be awesome to have one where it's just a more effective Ghostface, because so many people in 6 didn't die. Like 6 had more survivors than I think of any movie. Because
no doubt.
And I remember that was one of the things when leading a week before 6 came out, one of the things with questions was always asked, what do you want to see in 6?
That's right.
And there was a common answer between everyone. More people have to die. There can't be that many survivors. And then everyone who survived 5 also survived 6.
I know.
And more.
I know. Yeah.
So
crazy stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff. And real quick too, and we got a knock at the door. I'm going to bring in our next guest, but before I do that, I just want to say, look, we got another super chat came in. Jack coming in with a super chat. A couple things to say on the topic. Oh, Scream. Okay, yeah, bro. Let me know what's going on, man. But thank you so much for the super chat. And he also did. He's got a channel member anniversary, saying the best 4 months of this horror filmmaker's life ever. Oh, you need to stop. Thank you, man. We appreciate
you making
that.
A horror film. You make horror films, Jack? That's awesome.
Yeah, man. We were talking earlier. Oh, and thank you. Man, look at Denisha. She's on this thing, man. Putting in the link for Jack's channel. And also earlier this evening, we were talking about his film Blamed. He's done some stuff. Check him out on Tubi. I'm going to have the link in the description as well, but definitely some cool stuff. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you so much for that, Denisha. I appreciate you helping out with that. It makes a big difference. And let me just make sure I got everyone here. Jack also gifting memberships too. Thank you so much, Jack. Seriously. Wow. And it looks like we've got, who got them? Let me see if I can figure that out here, because it doesn't show up on StreamYard. The Ninja got gifted a membership. Amazing. Steve-O is back in the fold. Good to have you back. John and David gifted memberships. All right. Thank you so much. And welcome to the channel and the family. And Jack, thank you so much for gifting those. It's really, really awesome of you. We appreciate you, man. Let's do another super chat clip just for the fun of it. Let's do a new one here, man. We got some new stuff here too. Sometimes, when there's bad weather out and about, you might have some issues, and even in your car, you've got to be careful because this could happen to you.
Bro, the look over like you should have just sacrificed your dang shoes.
Oh, the way she just lays there too at the end.
No movement.
That's tough.
Just defeated.
She's like, I just give up, man. I just give up.
That was pure defeat. Just defeated.
I've done so many stupid things like that. It's like you try so hard to avoid an incident, and then you make it way worse.
And then you just give up. You just lay there like, yeah, I messed up. It's over. Real quick too, let me bring in our next special guest because we had the knock at the door. I want to make sure we get her in here because we are getting closer to that time because Steven's going to be going on soon. So I'll make sure we do this handoff correctly. But this is a person, this is first time on the panel, and I literally bribed this person to come on to this stream.
Oh wow.
The money, the check is in the mail. No, I'm just joking. The check, she's probably like, yeah, that's cool. No, the check is not in the mail. But I did say to her, we'd love to have her join the panel and jump on with us and celebrate New Year's Eve just for a little bit. And she graciously accepted. So you guys know her. You guys love her. Let's bring her in here. And here is Mayanne. Woo!
Hi, everyone.
Mayanne.
Hey.
Wow.
Hi.
It's so good to put a face with the name.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric. Hi, Jen. Hi, Julie. Hi, Night.
Hi.
And
Glad to
hello,
have you
everybody
here.
in the chat.
Awesome to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Look at
I'm
all
nervous.
the
I was just
Look at all
gonna
the
say that background.
yeah, all the Chucky paraphernalia.
That's my baby.
I
My baby
know.
boy.
Yeah, he is.
My
That's
baby
awesome
boy.
stuff. Very, very
Man,
cool.
if I had a Chucky doll in here, I don't think my fiance Chrissy would step foot in this room.
Oh no.
I've got a chatterer bust up, and she barely comes in here as it is.
Really? Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that, bro. Now that's some freaky stuff.
Yeah. So,
Oh my gosh.
she does not like it.
Wow. Oh man, awesome stuff. Hey, and real quick too, we got Jamie in the chat, and a bunch of you guys that are just jumping into the chat. I can't get to everyone, but definitely know that we see you guys, and obviously we appreciate you guys being here, and we wish you guys nothing but the best as far as having a happy new year, which we will continue this party later on tonight in another. What do we got, Eric? Another 40 minutes or so. Steven's going to be starting his, and so we're
Actually,
just gonna.
I think Steven's
Starting at 11.
Yeah,
It's at 11.
At 11.
At 11 EST. He's starting at 10 CST. So you
Okay,
got an
all right.
hour and 35 minutes.
All right. Yeah. I always get that mixed up with him. Anytime we do stuff, I'm always like, okay, wait a minute, that's an hour difference, right? And he's crazy. But yeah, we'll be doing that later on tonight. What's going on? Destin's in the chat. Destination Station himself. What's on? Hope you're doing well, man. So yeah, I'm way behind in the chat. But let me throw this out here, May, since you've jumped on with us. We've put this question around to everyone in the chat and also on the panel. When we talk about Scream 6 or Scream 7, I should say, and the possibilities of what it may be, do you have a particular way that you want to see it come back? Do you want it to be rebooted? Do you want a remake? Do you want new characters? Do you want to figure out a way to mend fences with some of these OG cast members? What would you like to see for Scream 7?
Wow, it's a mess right now. And
It
it's so
is.
sad because I love Scream. I don't know if you can see my top.
Oh
up
yeah.
there. I love it. I don't want to see a reboot. No. Before all of this happened, I wanted to see Nat back, obviously, and maybe her kids. I wanted maybe the kids to go to, I don't know, are they enough old enough to go to college together with the core four? I wanted to see something where the core four was together with her kids or something in order to bring her back. I wanted to see that. I still want to see that. And shout out to Craven. I am on the Stu train.
There you go.
To come back. That would be awesome. I mean, it's probably not going to happen because Melissa and Jenna are gone, but I don't know. I'm lost for words because it's so sad what's happening right now.
It is sad. Yeah, it is very sad. It's frustrating, and it's like like I was saying earlier, there's like a lot of different ways that they could go, but there's also so many obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we move forward without? You've said this many times, Eric, and I agree. You don't want to just forget about the past. You don't want to act like these events that have happened never existed. That would kind of be a sad thing, in my opinion. So it's like, what do you do?
Ignoring that legacy, and here's a question I don't know the answer to, but I haven't heard anything. What's the status of Courtney Cox? Because Gail could still be in play, right?
As far as I know, she could still be in play. I haven't heard anything specific, one way or the other, about Courtney.
Because here, I would love a between just what we got in Scream 6, a story, Gail and Kirby investigating something and just bickering with each other like they did back and forth. Love that. I thought that was hilarious. So I would totally be down. Like maybe Kirby could be the Jennifer Jolie stand-in. Like, and you get a duo like that investigating. I don't know. You could do something with Kirby, like at an FBI level, investigating Ghostface attacks around the country. Like they're one-off stories, but because they're all related to Stab, it could be a central thing. So I think there's a lot to do, but if Courtney Cox is still in play, then I think I'm totally on board for them to keep the story going. So you automatically got your connection there, because every Stab film is because of Gail Weathers and the Woodsboro Murders book she wrote. So
good point, man. There's a lot of stuff that it's crazy. And I've said this, and I said this the other night on the stream. I said, these next several weeks, there's just going to be a lot of conversation, man, because there's so many different avenues that this could go. And being that it's a top tier franchise, so many fans, the conversation could be endless until we know specifics. And then once we learn stuff, it's going to be a whole new phase of excitement or maybe frustration. Who knows? And but
what
hey,
if it turns out to be like the best sequel since like part 2 or 3? Like, wouldn't it be crazy if we're all here's why? Because all of our standards are slowly going down, because at this point we're just like, just make a movie at least. Like, come on. Like, they just keep taking things away, so your standards are lowered. And by the time they actually put something out, you're like just so happy that they made something. So
don't give Gary the satisfaction.
He's like, it could be worse.
That's
What
right.
I think Eric is saying is that it's Kirby's time to slap Gail.
Oh my god, I would love, like, Gail's jaw would be dislocated. Herbie got muscle behind her.
That's right. Hey, real quick, we got a couple knocks at the door, so let's bring in. We got the full party going hardcore now. So look, we got to bring him in. I'm glad he was able to make it. I've been talking about him doing his thing later on tonight, and he's able to jump on with us. You guys know him. You guys love him. My brother from the collective. We got Steven from Craving Something Scary.
Hey.
Yo.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey, guys. I wasn't sure I was going to make it, man, but I'm like, I got to get in here while you're still alive. I'm like, good deal. So,
yeah, man.
The invite, man. Good to see you, everybody. It's great.
Good to have you here, man. Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
And we also have someone else that has joined us, just got the knock on the door. You guys know him. You guys love him. He is the man, the myth, the legend. We got Destin from Destination Station. What's up, bro?
What's up, everybody?
Wearing the
Happy New Year. Hey, I'm bringing it back, man. It's been a minute.
He's got the stew robe. You gotta love it, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I did it on a stream Friday night, and everybody loved it. And I was like, wow, I should be doing this more often. So yeah, it feels right. I feel like I'm back in my element here.
New Year's feels like a good time to wear a stew robe,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
New Year, new stew.
No doubt about it, man. Hey, real quick too in the chat, and I know a lot of people are jumping in and out, but you know, we'll try to get to you as much as we can. But we do have we got another super chat coming in. Jack coming in with a super chat, $10 super chat. Thanks so much, man. I will definitely check my Instagram, no doubt about it. And bro, let me know what's going on with you and the kids, man. Let me know what's going on with you kids. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And if you guys were not around earlier, Jack was on. And we had a really cool conversation about a lot of things, old school horror, new stuff, including Scream. So definitely check that out, because I'm also going to have the links to his stuff, his channel, and also his film in there too, man. Thank you so much. Steven, I'll start with you, because we've been throwing this around the panel. I already know a lot of what you think, but for these folks here in the live chat, we're talking about what do we think is going to happen forward with this film. I know we don't know a lot. I know we have speculated a lot, but what do you think they're going to ultimately do with Scream 7?
Wow. Well,
right?
Yeah, it's so unknown, because it's going to depend, obviously, who the cast is going to be.
Right.
To me, that's going to drive the script, because normally you don't have such a toxic situation like this, and the writers kind of already, they know who's going to be back. They already, you know what I mean? Like, they've worked stuff out. But now we've got James and Guy trying to write the script. And again, they may know some things, but that's not been revealed. It's possible. However, we know who's not going to be there. I think, as long as Gary Barber's there anyway. I don't think we're going to be seeing Melissa anytime soon, or Jenna, or I'm hoping that somehow, like, they say time heals all wounds, and I think if enough time is rested here, I think Nev still is a possibility. Because I don't know, but I hope. It'd be one thing if it was like Nev and Courtney, or Nev and David, and one of these got treated that way. To me, then it's like, oh no, because they've been friends for 20 some years. But she only worked on one movie with Melissa, so there's not that personal relationship connection that she would have with Courtney, or one of the others. So I say all that to say, I think that what I think they should do, well, Spyglass should get rid of Gary Barber. I'm just going to say that right now. But if they're not going to do that, then they need to give this about a 1 year break. Just, be like, mum's the word, and don't say anything, don't do anything. And then all of a sudden, a year from now, next fall, we start getting news that Scream 7's back, and they've got a director, and Nev Campbell's coming back. And, because the further you get away from stuff, we've seen over and over, people tend to move on to the next thing. So if you give it a year, that's a lot of time for the focus to get off of this very volatile situation. And that's what I think that's what I would do personally. If you want Nev back now, if you want to get a bunch of no-name young people who would die at the chance to be in a Scream movie, no matter what, you can always cast it with people, but you want it to be successful too, right? So
that's right.
You got to balance all that stuff in my mind. So I say you wait a year, you back up the truck to Nev's house, and I mean the armored truck.
That's
and
right.
You pay her the salary. You get Stu, and I want the direct sequel to 4, and I want David Arquette back. I want Dewey back. I want the whole legacy cast back. And 5 and 6 will set off to the side as the Carpenter Chronicles, and that'll be their two little movies, and that's fine. But that's what's my dream scenario.
And if you do a direct sequel to 4, Dewey and Gail are still married and happy together.
Totally.
That's right, man.
Absolutely.
I think that was one thing that was such a bummer about 5, bro. I mean, I think Dewey as a character had a lot of nice weight, and it was nice to see David kind of, stretch himself, acting wise. So that was cool. But it was such a damn bummer. It's like, I mean, and I know that's, it's how real life can be, but yeah, it was a bummer, man.
Look, if I want real life, I'll just go talk to my neighbors. That's not what I'm going to watch a movie for. I want to get away from real life.
Right. I mean, one of my favorite parts was Dewey. Like, and exactly what you're saying, Knight. Like him, like his story, like him getting down to that point. You could see the things. Just a few lines he said where he's basically like, "I've been through this before. I've been stabbed this many times. I got a limp."
Yes.
Like I love just the brunt admission. This stuff sucks. Like this life is not easy.
Right.
And the thing I love about Dewey is every other person is like forced into this situation every time.
Yeah.
Sydney, she's being chased. Gail volunteers to run in to get a story, to make money, to get famous.
Right.
Dewey always chooses to be there to try to save people.
That's right.
Like he could run at any time. Dewey is never a target.
Yeah.
He's there to help people. And that's why I think him dying like pissed the entire franchise off.
Yeah.
Because he was the heart of the franchise.
And it was the way he died, bro. As soon as that elevator closed, I was like, David, do not turn around. Don't you do it. You know, and he even said that, bro, when I saw him at the con, and I was like, I just wish they could have done it better. And he's like, yeah, I agree. He says, I didn't like the way it went down. And I was like, you know, if it was a heroic death, if he had saved Gail, you know, something like that, and it was done better. Okay. I mean, I still didn't want him to die, but the way that he died was like, bro, you just built him up as this more grizzled, experienced, on the nose type of guy. Why would he just do that? You know?
And the thing about when you said the way he dies, I agree. Like the actual physical way he died, you know, but I not as much as other people. I don't hate him going back because Dewey was also a little bit of a goofy character throughout the first. And I at this point in his life, I do believe he would have wanted to finish the job to make sure. Yeah. And for me, the forgetting was kind of a callback a little bit to him being like goofy in the front, like in the beginning movies, to him being like, oh no, I forgot to do this. Let me go back and take care of it. And his last line, I forget the exact verbiage, but someone's like, who cares? He's like, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I know what he's walking into. Yeah. And I commend him on doing it because he could have ran. But if he had ran, in his eyes, more people would have died. He didn't know, obviously, he didn't know he was going to die. He knew he could have. But in his eyes, he's going there to make sure no one else gets hurt, which is exactly what my point is. Oh, God, bring Dewey back, please.
I know. Let me just say one last thing on this, and then I'll be done with the Dewey talk for me.
Yeah, then we'll go to Destin.
Yeah, for sure. I just watched Scream 3 2 days ago, and I'm telling you right now, when I watched the Roman scene, and he's shooting him in the body, and he's like, the head, and he gets that serious look like he's zoning in. I'm like, this guy is not going to forget killing Roman in the screening room of Milton's house. I don't care that it's been 20 years later. He's not going to forget that. I have a hard time. I still don't buy it. I don't like it. And you know what he would have done? Dewey would have shot when he shot Ghostface. He would have walked over there, popped him in the head, took off the mask, and we got our first killer reveal. That's the writing. I think the writing was terrible there.
Yeah, that would have been a good way to do it. Destin, how about you, man? What do you see as a way forward? And then I know we got a super chat in the live stream too, and then we have another knock on the door too. So we got stuff to get to, man. But how do you see this?
I'll make it real quick. Destin? I'll make it real quick. I know that we've talked about this a lot, and I kind of agree with Craven. We've talked about this before. That's how I would like to see it, is like a direct sequel to Scream 4 if they do like reboot it in some way. But then I start thinking about everything's been continuity. There is a Scream 6. Another way that I thought that they could do it, and it's not really the way I want to do it because I feel like it disrespects the Carpenter sisters, but they could act like at the end of 6 with the Carpenter sisters walking away, the camera pans back and they're like cut and they're like on a set. So we're still mirroring Scream 3 in a way. But that whole story is just a movie within a movie of Stab or something. Like and then we see David Arquette, we see Dewey on the set being somebody helping out. We see Gail, we see maybe Nev Campbell, fingers crossed. I think that would be, I mean, yeah, it would be disrespectful, but you could also keep like Mindy and Chad in there, you know, like I don't know. There's a way you could play with that and still mirror Scream 3 as well, because that's what we all kind of assume, is that this will mirror Scream 3 in some way.
So what movie were they making?
It would be Stab Within Stab or something. I don't know. I just feel
where Dewey was so drunk that he just fell asleep and had a dream, and everything was just a dream.
Oh yeah, they can do that.
No.
He wakes up.
Oh no, I'm not going to that movie.
Wakes up with an empty bottle.
If you try to tell, Scream 7 opens and Dewey's there, the explanation is 5 and 6 were a dream. Oh
my god!
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But
hey, it worked for Dallas in the 80s.
It did, and everybody was kind of like, "Wow!" All right, real quick too. Let me also, and I know Eric, you got to get going in a little bit. We're going to be winding down soon too, but we got another knock on the door. So let me bring back Jack is back with us. Let me bring him onto the panel, and then I got some questions for you guys that are Scream related. Here he is, Jack. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Chilling, just chilling, yeah.
Love the mask, man.
Yes, me too. Now I'm all discombobulated. Sorry. See, I was trying to be funny. Look what happened. See, you try to screw up a vibe on accident. All right, I'm back. It said on my end, it says I'm still in the green room, the backstage.
It does.
Yeah, well, I think
it has issues with
there
it.
It is. Now, man. Okay, now it is. Now, literally, right when I said it, it popped back up. I popped up, but I don't see my face or anything. I just see black. StreamYard. Anyways, what's up, guys?
Good to have you, man. Good to have you.
Yeah. You guys rock.
So, hey, look, man, and I'm going to throw this to you too. Oh, did he just jump off?
That's too bad.
That's way too bad. Wow. It's a good setup, bro. He'll probably jump back on.
He's like, no, I'm not answering that question.
Hey, real
He's
quick.
Bernie.
What? What'd you say, Chad?
He's Bernie. It's this weirdo.
Oh, okay, got you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. I like it. Jeff in the chat coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, $20 super chat saying the direct sequel of 4 is a great idea. He can do that if you can't continue with the cast. You have to do you have. Do you get Nev Campbell back or reboot the whole thing or do a prequel? But there's not a lot of choices. He can go from there. Wow. Now, I don't know if this is directed to anyone in particular, but does anyone have any thoughts? Like, if you had the choice between doing the direct sequel to 4, getting Nev Campbell back and moving forward. Oh, look at Eric. He's ready to go. What do you got, Eric?
For me, it's an easy choice. As much as I like the direct sequel to 4 idea, it messes up timelines. I don't even to start getting to the Halloween route where we got a pick your own adventure type of deal. A prequel I don't think will work on like a studio production level, because the only way a prequel could work is if it's a prequel about Billy and Stu and Roman.
Yeah.
However, if you do that, those faces are iconic at this point. You got to get some really good lookalikes, or you got to use that terrible CGI to make someone look like them.
Mm-hmm.
Go a new story. Like, just give me a new story. There's so many different things you could do with Scream right now. Expand it while still staying true to what it is. Easy peasy.
Very true. All right. I like it. Jeff, thank you so much for that super chat, man. We really appreciate it. Seriously, it helps to support us so very much. And look like we got Jack is back. Hopefully StreamYard is going to hold up. I know exactly what that's like. I was frozen earlier in this stream for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I didn't even know it. What's up? You are back.
Okay, now again, I'm black. I'm black again. I swear to God. StreamYard.
You look Caucasian on this side.
You're not seeing the right view.
Eric.
There it is.
There it is, Eric. Jeez.
Sorry, it was there, man.
Hey,
Low hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Did it cut off my joke as I was before he hit?
Oh
that,
no,
or?
I heard it. I don't think anyone else registered it, but I got it.
Say it again. I didn't hear it. What was
Oh
it?
man.
I said you weren't, like I was saying I was black, and you're like, oh, you look Caucasian. I'm like, yeah, you're not seeing the right view.
You got the don't got the right camera angle.
The right camera angle, yeah.
So look,
guys, they're thinking about like, what is that? What does it mean? What?
So look,
it'll hit people later.
So I want to do this real quick because I know Eric, you got to get going soon, and I'm going to be going to work soon. But I wanted to throw a couple of questions out to you guys that are Scream related. So how about this first, and we'll go right around the panel. We'll start with Julie, and we'll just kind of go around Eric, then Jen, May, and so forth. So if you had the choice with a new movie and you could have 2 Ghostface killers out of any of the ones that we've had, other than the ones that have been together in movies, okay? So you can't, in other words, you can't have Billy and Stu, right? Okay. Which 2 would you pick to be in a new movie? All right, so we'll start with you, Julie. Who would you pick?
Ooh. I want to say Stu, but that's too obvious.
Well, you can say whoever you want.
I'll throw him in there. I'll throw him in there.
You can pick whoever you want and just tell us who and why.
Man, I want to say I want to do a funny one and put him with Amber because she's like
hey,
look.
Hey,
she's like him, but irritating and unfunny.
I think he would end up killing her.
Yeah.
Like, he would be one of the first people he kills. Just like,
wait,
I'm done with this.
Who was the first one? I didn't hear the first one. Oh, Stu?
Well, for me,
Stu.
Stu.
Yeah, Stu and Amber.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
that's
fun. That would
so
be
that's
a
who you're
lot of
going
fun.
with.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
I like that. I like that, Julie.
That's all right. All right, Stu and Amber. That'd be crazy. It could be fun though. It'd be bonkers. I could have some fun with that.
You'd be trying to steal the spotlight. You'd be getting a little annoyed.
Right. Pretty cool. All right, how about you, Eric?
I am Stu and Jill because they are both psychotic. Stu is more unpredictable. Jill is, in my opinion, just as psychotic as Stu, but Jill also is like calculating and like she has a plan. They would never be stopped. They would never be stopped. Jill was also the closest, in my opinion, the closest to getting away with her plan.
Yeah.
And
she was also ahead of her time. With
1000% ahead of her time.
Yeah.
So I think Jill and Stu as a group would be unstoppable. Jill making the plan, Stu being the muscle, and
But was he the muscle in the?
Or he would be that in this?
He would. Oh, I think he was. Yeah, I don't mean the muscle as in he's doing everything. I mean the muscle as in he's not making the plan. Because I think it's very obvious that Billy made the plan. I also think it was obvious in 4 that Jill kicked this plan off. Right. I'm pretty sure she just kind of like mentally conditioned Charlie to follow her.
Yeah,
and I think they I think Jill and Stu would work well together in that way because Jill is very good at making the plan. She could convey it to Stu, and Stu could take care of business. She could take care of business.
Nice. All right, Jen, how about you? Oh, she might be frozen.
I would like to see Stu and Roman.
Okay. Stu and Roman.
That was my second choice.
Stu and Roman. Yep.
Okay. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. Some love for Roman.
And
all right.
Roman
Very cool.
being the mastermind. I adore Roman.
All right.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Yeah. I can deal with that. May, how about you?
Oh, that's easy for me. let's make this a family matter. For me, it would be Jill and Roman. Those are like my top ghost faces. So
that's a good one.
That would be kind of interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
You don't think they'd like fight for control though? Because they're both
Probably,
very
and
like
that would make a
narcissistic.
great movie.
That's what I was about to say, man. I think that would be a cool way for a new story. Is that you have multiple killers that also have, you know, this competition thing going on. You know what I mean?
And they're related because aren't they cousins or something? They're cousins as well.
That's right.
Well, they'd
That's
be.
right.
She'd be. Wait, is Stewie? Stewie. Jill
Roman.
Jill is. For some reason I thought nephew or niece of Sydney. No, she is.
No, it's her first cousin
Okay.
because it's her.
Same with Sydney.
her aunt-
Yeah,
her
I got
aunt
you.
daughter.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it's the age difference. I always.
It is the age, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Jill is very obviously Sydney's niece, but I was like, wait a minute, no, you're right, because Jill's.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
right.
it makes sense when
Cousin.
you know with the age difference because, I mean, I was like 12 when it came out, when Scream came out, so she would have. Wait, no, it doesn't make any sense. What am I talking about? Never mind. We'll just forget that. Just
I think
suspend belief.
I think Jen was saying one time, I think in one of the other streams, something about she wanted to see some of the continuation of Maureen and what happened back then. I think because we don't want to use CGI, and in order to go back in time, you would probably have to or recast. I think that would be a great idea to like kind of like show a little bit, but not really go all the way back there. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of the story of Roman and maybe some of the story of Jill.
That would be cool. I'd be down for that. That's a pretty good combination. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even think of that one because I had a couple thoughts in my own mind as far as who I would pick. I didn't even think of one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Steven, how about you, man?
Yeah, it's an easy win for me. Eric stole my thunder. It's Stu and Jill. I think that's the dream team for me. And then Stu and Roman would be my backup dream team scenario.
Wow, all right.
Either one of those I would be really excited about. But Stu and Jill, man, that's where it's at for me. I gotta see those two together.
That would be fun.
Oh, it would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. All right. Destin, how about
They
you?
would fight like crazy.
They probably
They would
would.
fight
Yeah, they would.
the movie.
Yeah.
But Stu at 6'4", he would take if he had to, even though Jill is insane. He can handle that.
We're gonna get into this again.
He can handle the 5'2" Jill if he gets provoked enough. Trust me. That's all I'm saying. But she's great.
There's no way she's surviving. There's no way she's surviving that fight. No.
And I bet on you.
Yeah, she'd have to catch him in his sleep. That'd be
Who's gaming? By the way, who's gaming in the background? I can hear someone gaming.
I was like, I don't see anybody named gaming on the panel. I don't.
It might be my background. Sorry, I'll mute when I'm not talking.
Oh no! I was just wondering.
We got some.
No, I'm not offended.
Roblox
I didn't
and
think you
Smash
guys
Brothers
could
going
hear
on?
it.
What'd you say, Smash Brothers?
I was like, we got some Smash Brothers going on in the background. I don't know what's going on.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
It
Maybe?
sounds like Call of Duty.
Of all the games, you said Smash Brothers. That's pretty good. All right.
It's one of the best games ever.
It is.
It is. Never played it. I wouldn't know.
It's a lot of fun.
Frogger.
Yeah.
Right? Frogger from back in
Donkey
You know how
Kong.
frustrating that game used to be for me, bro, when I was a kid?
Ah, yes.
When it came out on PlayStation, it was the shiz.
Yes, it was. Seriously. I love it when they updated those old games like that, man. Destin, who are you picking for your team, your duo?
I think it would always be. I've always wanted to see Stu and Mickey. I think that they're both just really cool characters. They're both got that just charisma about them. I think whenever they're both like revealed at the end, I think they could play off each other like so well. They're just fun. They're fun. You know, I'm not thinking too deep into it of reasoning why. I just think that they were both really great Ghostface, and I think that they would really kick ass in the final act.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I can deal
Both
with that.
real killers too. They're very the similar type of
they're both kind of goofy, you know, but they're crazy. And you know, Stu, I mean, if you really want to think about it, I know it's not like, you know, a real thing. But Matthew Lillard was in the back scene of Scream 2 when Mickey and everybody was at that party.
He even says, if you notice that, you have no life. He said it in a documentary.
It's very obvious. Like, I don't know what that means.
It is.
He sticks out. Like, he's not a small guy.
But which cut? The cut. See, that's the difference. What cut? I've truthfully, I think I've only seen the VHS copy and
he's in every copy. Like, he's in every cut. Like, it's not like a producer's or director's cut thing. Like, he's literally
blonde.
And the party scene, he's in every single one.
Yeah.
He definitely stands out. There's no
doubt
about that.
And once you know where to look, you can't miss it every time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. You'll never not see it.
Destin, which two killers?
Mickey and Stu.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
I have a. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go.
No, I just had a quick question for everyone before Jack goes. I'm sorry, Jack. With everything happening, does everybody think that hurts or helps the possibility of Stu and Nev coming back?
I think it helps.
Does that hurt it? It helps?
Are you talking about everything that's going on now?
Yeah, with everything going on in the
Raise your hand if it hurts.
I think it hurts.
No, I was raising my hand to make a comment. I'm gonna have to go here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go here in like 1 minute. So I was gonna give my answer before I left.
All right, go ahead, Eric.
I think it helps. Melissa and Jenna, they're out. They're gone. We don't have to follow the Carpenter story anymore. As much as we haven't heard news on Nev, Nev is still open. My opinion, you don't have Stu without Nev. So if with the Carpenter sisters gone, that leaves it more open for a Sydney-centric story, and you need that for Stu to be coming back. So I think it helps that Jenna and Melissa are out.
Oh, and Guy Busick is back.
Guy Busick is back, according to Production Weekly.
Right, according to Production Weekly. There you go. That's going to help.
Can I counter that with the reason I think it may hurt any chance of it revival or whatever the continuation is because of how the studio treated Melissa with freedom of speech. I think that really kind of neglects everybody's rights that is involved in the film. So it's like they're going to be so scared to say anything. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not, like I said earlier, like I'm not taking up for her or anything, but more power to her for speaking her mind. You know, it's a freedom that I fought for everyone to have. So I think that may hurt in that sense. You know, like who'd want to work for them if they are treating, you know, this woman like that? Like, come on.
Money talks, though.
Me and literally hundreds of thousands of other actors would knock down the door. Like, you put an open casting call for Scream 7 out on any, like, backstage, any casting group, you will be flooded with submissions. No one is walking away from. I mean, Jenna, I understand.
And the casual moviegoers, they're not really involved like us fans are.
Well, that's true too.
But Jenna has 10, 20 other things going on. She doesn't need Scream 6. Melissa, she's got a Universal monster movie going on right now. They can walk away because they have other projects. However, if you put a casting call just saying, "Hey, we need this role for Scream 7,"
they're not going to call it Scream 7.
You'll not have any trouble filling that role.
But they're not.
Guys, Eric did say that he has something coming up soon, so he might be the new Ghostface.
Oh wait,
no. I guarantee. In my wildest dreams.
Eric, hit me up, man. I didn't know you were an actor. Hit me up.
I did.
You've been holding out on us, man.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to say this: if Eric gets any role in Scream 7, it will be an exclusive news break on Craven Something Scary. All right, that's all I want to say. I'll be breaking that puppy.
If I ever did, y'all would be the first to know. Y'all would really be the first. As soon as I could tell you. But
we'll pray on that. 2024, Eric for
dude. That's why I'm hoping it comes back to Wilmington because my ass. I'm going to be over there. It's like less than 4 hours drive away. I'm over it.
Nice, nice.
I gotta go, you all. This has been so much fun. Thanks for having me.
Nice meeting you, Eric.
Yeah, nice meeting you,
Happy
Julie.
New
Nice meeting you,
Year.
Jack. And May for the
Happy New
officially
Year.
face to face. I think we've talked in the chat before. But Happy New Year's, everyone. Have a
Happy
nice,
New Year,
fun,
Eric.
safe night.
See
Absolutely,
you in a
man.
little bit,
Thank
buddy.
you,
See you
thank you so much for
see
being
you
here,
in about
man.
an hour.
Yeah,
By the-
see you, man. All right,
By
later.
the way,
Bye.
Later.
Catch you later, man.
See you.
May, if you
He's
paid,
all right.
if you watched earlier, my daughter would absolutely love that room. Straight up,
I was listening. I wasn't watching because I was busy, but I was listening, and I hope everybody goes and watches the replay. And please hit the like button, everybody. I'm up here, but I'm still nodding.
Hey, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Let me say something.
Where's her
Hey,
overtime check?
I know. Let me just say something. She's literally on the panel and working hard. You're all right. You're all right. Thank you so
Girls
much.
all right with me. You
And
know.
look, let me also say this too, because Steven is the bearer of gifts, and he wanted to make sure that we mark the occasion with a happy photo, something to make us all smile. And Steven, I'll do this one for you, man. Here we are. Just remember.
Oh,
Just remember.
there he is.
Hey, he's just smiling. He's like, whatever.
Oh yeah, my bank account looks good. I don't care. Ooh.
Throw tomatoes at him.
That's
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
There's
He
the
is
guy.
He is the
Can
reason.
someone-
He is the reason.
Oh.
He is the reason that I would not go to an open casting call.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Ooh,
Can someone
true.
fill me in on the inside
I'd
joke?
have to get angry at him.
It's a very
Yeah.
outside joke. That's
Yeah,
Gary.
Gary
Barber.
Barber.
That's the
That's
executive
Gary
head
Barber.
of Spyglass.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where's Coriander so
ahead
she could
of-
tell him off?
what's his
Yeah,
name?
I know, right?
I thought that was David Strathorn.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Destin?
Oh god!
That's who it looks like. I know it's
Kinda,
Gary
I
Barber.
guess.
I'm just messing.
So if I
Yeah.
get sued from Spyglass, that's the guy coming after me.
He's
That's
the
the
guy.
guy.
Yep.
He fired
the guy.
Melissa. He wouldn't give Nev her money last for
Yep.
6. That's the guy.
I know. Can you imagine? I know we're way past that point.
He's the
But
one who
when I heard
actually
that about
said
Nev,
publicly.
what did he say?
He said publicly that he didn't need Nev or Jenna.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But can you imagine
like him.
that?
Crazy.
You have a person that has helped to lead this franchise after all these years, the central figure of the Scream franchise, and you're trying to lowball them, bro. Like, who does that?
Pathetic.
Can you imagine if they tried to do that with Jamie Lee Curtis with the new trilogy?
Oh
It's
god!
like, yeah, we don't need you, or we don't need to pay you that much. Yeah, okay, right?
Jason
Yeah.
Blum is not that
Instagram.
dumb.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true too.
He would get canceled. Like his whole
Yeah.
company, anything canceled.
That's true. Yeah, with Jason, he knows what's up. He's a high roller, man. Jack, who's your two killers, man? I know I didn't get to you yet.
This is gonna be off the wall, out of the box. Jack, Indian box, but I'm out. Piper Shaw and Roman Bridges.
What's the first one? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. He is.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Yeah. For people who
Piper
caught that.
from-
We got the same
the TV.
predicament going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
it's
didn't
like
hear who was the first one. Sorry. Who was the first one?
Piper
Yeah.
Shaw.
Piper Shaw from the CV series.
Yeah.
The series, yeah.
Oh,
Scream
I didn't
series.
watch the series. That's why. I'm sorry.
I just
Spoiler
read
alert!
No,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Well, don't worry
There we
about
go.
watching it now.
No, still watch it. It's still worth it.
It's kind of obvious, though. For real, it is obvious. Like they pull a
Yeah.
whole urban legends. When the antagonist is talking to, protagonist is telling the antagonist the life story. When
Right.
that happened in the show, I was like, done. As a writer, I was like, yeah, okay, I know who it is. Like
right.
it's a trope. Duh.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, look, man. If for me, and you could go a lot of combinations. You guys have come up with some really good ones, and I was kind of going back and forth in my own head, but I would be down to see Billy and Mickey.
Ooh.
I think that would be fun, man.
I think,
and I think that would almost be
I like that.
unstoppable. I think that would be almost unstoppable.
I think the
You know what I
egos would clash in the end.
I was
The
gonna
egos-
say that too. Yeah.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I think the egos could clash, but Mickey was fine with taking orders from Mrs. Loomis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he'd be okay as long as he could get whatever he wants out
He
of
was
it.
getting
Which, of course,
paid.
well, that too.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
true. Tuition was being paid. Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But imagine that, man. Like Billy and Mickey, bro. Like,
old Debbie.
Yeah, but Billy couldn't pay for his tuition.
no, he couldn't. But
How would he?
Destin, good lord.
Maybe he can pay his bond fees when he gets arrested.
But no, his dad was a lawyer.
Who would win in that fight, Billy or Mickey, if they try to double cross each other?
Ooh. They made both die.
I think Billy is a little bit more crafty.
Yeah.
Billy would backstab him in the worst possible way to make him question every single thing that has happened up to that point.
Yeah,
Billy
that's
would,
true.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick too, man. I didn't even hear this. We got another knock on the door. This is absolutely crazy. And he's making faces and he's doing some weird shit, and that's really crazy.
That's what he does, though. That's what he always does.
That's what he always does. And we are winding down, but I'm glad he could come on here. This is absolutely crazy. So our another brother, here in living color, we've got JT from Sinister Artwork.
Hey, and you have to take the biggest guys. I have to go Roman and Stu.
Hey, JT.
Roman and Stu. Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. I
Happy
like
New Year's,
that.
everybody. I was napping.
Happy New Year.
If I'm late, I'm napping.
That should be a bumper sticker.
That's me too, Jay.
I'm napping right there.
I'm napping. I meant to get up at 7, 10 o'clock. Here I am.
He's like, I was taking a nap.
Roll.
That's awesome, man. Good to have you here, man. Awesome stuff. And definitely Happy New Year. And for you guys in the chat too, I know you guys have been giving your ideas as well. So definitely we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hope you're having a good time, and also a very safe New Year's Eve. That's probably the most important thing.
Yes.
And as we're winding down, because unfortunately for you guys, but for me as well, I'm going to be working tonight. So, but before we totally wind it down, we want to make sure that you guys know that the party's going to be continuing over on Steven's channel. So Steven, if you want to just, throw out the info and the details, man, because we're going to be rocking and rolling all the way up until the new year itself.
That's right. We're going to actually ring in the New Year's together tonight. You don't want to miss it. We're literally going to be live in less than an hour. Less than an hour, we'll be live on my channel. Make sure you come over and ring in the new year together. We're going to ring it in 2 time zones. We're ringing it in for the Eastern time zone first, and then the Central time zone where I'm at second.
There you go.
So it's going to be 2 celebrations of New Year's, but the whole night's going to be a celebration together. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk horror. We're going to continue the Scream talk that Knight's already done brilliantly. We'll continue that. We'll talk some Thanksgiving. We'll talk whatever you guys want to talk about, and then we'll play some games. We're going to do some tier rankings for horror films. I've got a little Scream trivia thing I'm going to do, but I can't give any clues because it's got to be on the fly, the spur of the moment kind of stuff. So Google cannot assist. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to really hang out for a couple hours, and as a family, as a community, ring in 2024 together. And I think that's an amazing way to do it. So I hope you'll all be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
You might stumble on the way, but we will be there.
Hey, you know what? That's right.
I like the way she did that.
Oh,
it reminds me of Val.
Knight, you probably don't have it, buddy, but man, if you have it anywhere in the archives, what a nice way to merge in a little bit.
I do, man. Let's throw it up there because you know we got to be there. Here we go, guys.
Do it.
Wonderful beginning, which went like this.
Don't.
Oh yeah, let's put it up.
Ring it.
No, stop. Oh my God.
Oh man.
So that's what I'm saying.
Coriander's making me laugh even now.
Dude, that's from the movie we watched with you. The
yes.
Oh my
Scared to
god.
Scream.
Now I realize where that song is from. I'm like, I know that
Yes.
the joke is there, and I'm like, where's it from? Then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that was.
That's right.
That was my
That's
first
the
movie
one.
night with you guys.
Yeah, man. That was the first time. I'll never forget when I first did that to Coriander, and her reaction was just priceless. It was, but if you guys could have seen when we watched the movie, because we did it for an episode of Slasher Movie Club, so we always watched the movie a few days before we would stream. And the music is playing, and it's such a long intro of him just powdering his face with this friggin' cheesy 80s music.
Oh,
and the look on her, bro, it was so, I wish I could have recorded it. It's like one of my biggest regrets. It was a great reaction. And of course, when we were on that stream I just played, and I played it, she didn't know I was going to do that. And man, these are the moments. These are the moments that mean the most.
Heck yeah. Love it.
Absolutely, man.
There you go.
Val singing it too. It's funny how that became the theme song, and it's absolutely crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy.
It's true,
well,
man.
Look, it is true, man. I mean, look, and I'm not trying to be whatever melodramatic, but when we had our celebration, and I had that compilation of a lot of just memories, streams, laughs, and stuff like that, and it was the whole song. I kid you not, man. Not only did it make me think of the song a lot differently, but I don't know, it kind of fit, man. We've had so many fun times and streams and panels and laughs, and everyone that was in that compilation, they just had big smiles, big laughs, and it was just really cool to see. In other words, just everyone having a good time, and just being a family, and that was the most important thing. So yeah,
so awesome, man.
Look at Danielle. I drip with melodramatic drama.
Oh,
and you love it. You love it.
You keep coming back for more every time.
But I will say this, man, and I think it's true, and you guys know what I mean. I mean, Steven, Destin, and obviously JT as well. When you do this for a while, you really get a connection to the people that you work with and your audience and so forth. And it is a big thing, it is a big thing, because to think that anyone would even want to watch you or listen to you is like,
that's for sure.
That's mind blowing.
Yeah. It is.
It is very humbling.
Really
Like,
is.
really? Yeah.
It is, man. So
especially the members, it's like you get three, it's like we're up to 6 months on my channel. It's like,
it's just crazy, right?
Yeah,
man.
It's absolutely crazy.
I love the fact that, like I was telling you earlier at backstage, is how, because of you guys, people like you, Craven, and I'm gonna just say JT. I know I don't know you too well yet, but like you guys are the reason why we make horror movies. Why we do what we do is because we love to cater and give you guys what you want to see. At least try to. And then when we do, I get complimented like Knight did earlier, which truthfully, I've never had those comments like live to me. So that was very humbling, bro. Like, thanks. That was awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it was powerful stuff in the movie, man. And like in other words, when you do something that has that fresh take and has like a personal feeling to it, emotional feeling to it, I'm down with that. Because again, there's so much horror out there. I've been a fan of horror for decades, and to still find new horror movies wherever it may be, from whoever it may be, if it touches me in a certain way, it's like, man, this is great. It always takes me back to that little kid when I was 7 years old, and the first time I watched Friday the 13th, and was like, okay, I like horror. We're gonna do this, and I've never stopped since. So it's awesome, man. Horror is awesome. Movies are awesome.
Oh, I do have a question, Knight. Do you think this film is a one-time watch film? Like, it's not one you invite all your buddies over? Because I think that's.
I think it's a multiple time, because there was a lot of stuff going on, man.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's definitely got rewatchability.
All right, cool. All right. Honest answer. I like that. All right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, and rewatchability is tricky too, but yeah.
Very
Well,
much.
there's two types of watchability. Okay, there's one that you really want to watch it again, and two you want to fall asleep to, like you're trying to find, like you can't sleep. You know what I mean? And you just trying to find that one thing. Well, how many people trying to find something like, all right, I'll fall asleep to? You know what I'm talking about?
My film may be for you, man. It may be for you.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like I'm not saying because you're film, but I'm just saying there's actually two.
There it is. I knew it. I was waiting.
Which two films? Come on. I want to hear these.
That I fall asleep to? If I had, let's say, Showgirls, one.
What? What?
Yeah, Showgirls is one. And it terrifies me too. And Showgirls. And the second one I have to probably go with, I want to fall asleep, would be probably Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Actually, I don't even watch that.
Oh, wow. This is about to say,
wrong. Oh, that's a good one to fall asleep to.
That's a stanky one. That's a stanky one.
Yeah, Nightmare remake makes me just go straight to sleep.
You know what? I was watching. Was it last night? You guys were talking about that. I wanted to comment, but I was dealing with the kiddos. What I didn't like about the new remake of the new Nightmare is how they made you feel sympathy for a pedophile. That's what I didn't like about it. That's what it took me out of the film.
Yeah,
but everything else was good. But I didn't like
that was a crazy part of the movie, man. It was kind of like, wait a minute, what are they doing here?
Yeah.
But the way I look at it,
they didn't know. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. Well,
it was
exactly.
like 3 different ideas mashed up, and it all fell flat.
Yeah, no, you're right. But like you said the other night, JT, to me, it's like, well, if you're gonna do it, then do it. Don't just act like you're gonna do it and then don't, because that makes it worse.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna play that angle that you got an
Go all
innocent
the way.
man, go all the way.
Go all the way.
Yep. Hey, Horror Cat Dad is in the chat saying he's got a hoe take. Terrified 2 had me dozing off. Are you for real?
Yeah, dude. Well, let me tell you something. I understand what he's saying, because the first one and the second one seemed so long. The second one was longer, but the first one was like, it's like, what? Well, for the first one, I was like, why is this so long? Where's the story? Where's it at?
I'm gonna say my comments in the private chat because I'm friends with the lead stars and the director and writer. So
Damien is awesome, man. He's such a cool guy. He really is, man. I dig him. I mean, he feels like he's one of us. You know what I mean? He's like a huge horror nerd. You know?
Yeah, he's
cool, man. May, did you say that you think that that was the wrong type of hoe take?
No, I'm just saying, like, how can you fall asleep to all that gore, or like, how can it be a snooze face? I don't know. That's
right.
Crazy whole thing.
Some is better than a sleeping pill, kid. I tell you.
No, that one is terrible. I love you, Larry.
That's crazy. Movie. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I will say though. Well, let me ask this. Let me ask this. This will be one of our final things we're going to do here. Who here is interested or excited for Terrifier 3?
No.
Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I'll watch it because I'll watch the first 2, but I'm not really excited about it. You know, it's one of those kind of deals. I mean, like you watch the first 2, you kind of gotta watch the third one, just like, let's finish it out. So,
how about you, Destin, or Julie, or Jen, or May?
Ladies first.
All right, I still need to see. I still need to see them.
any of
So I would say, I'm excited because.
Do you though?
Well, all right. So I mean,
did you die?
I'm just saying. Do you? I mean,
well,
no.
I saw the first like 20 minutes of the first one, and I was actually kind of dozing off, and I was like, I just wasn't feeling it. No, well,
there you
go. Okay,
I didn't give it a chance.
No, I was shocked with that movie.
But honestly, though, the Christmas theme for the third one, like that's got me. I love Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Slayfest.
Yeah,
baby. Slayfest.
Shout out to Slayfest. That's
and
right.
If you could get a Christmas Saw 11, that would be like my dream come true.
So. Did y'all show the artwork I had made for the nights for Slayfest?
No, I didn't have it, bro. You talking about which one?
The ones that I made for Slayfest. I'll send it. I sent it to Craven. I sent it to you, Steven. Remember? You said thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I got the I did get those on my Instagram. I didn't have anything downloaded in my email though.
Okay. Oh, all right.
We gotta redo it.
Well, screw me then.
We hope to. We hope to. That's the idea. We hope to redo it. We'll see, though.
We do. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see.
Well, look, guys. Well, yeah, we're always talking, man.
Always.
Always. Well, look, guys, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up because I gotta go to work, and I'll be at work and hanging out in the live chat.
I think I hear a cough coming on, Knight. Don't you?
I think you're a little sick. You
don't want to be contagious and get anybody sick, dude. You know, I'm just saying.
I wish.
I know.
He calls out, and his boss is like on the live stream, like, "You're live right now. What are you talking about? You're sick."
Don't jinx me, Destin. Don't jinx me. Okay.
Yeah. Well, just call.
I'll be
just call
messaging.
and tell him.
Hey, look, I'll be messaging Destin later. I'm like, "Damn it, man! Look what you
Got me in
did."
trouble. Yeah, just call, dude. Just here's an excuse because I'm a supervisor. This works like never. But just call. And say, listen, I'm partially blind. And when they ask, what are you talking about? I don't see my ass coming in tonight. So happy New Year.
Oh my gosh.
That'll go over so well. I can only imagine.
That's all I gotta say to you, man. That's all I gotta say to you.
I'll give you a reason, but probably don't listen to this one. Yeah,
all right, so look, for you guys in the chat, seriously, thank you guys for hanging out. We've had a blast. That's right, Danielle is a candy cane sniffer. You gotta love him. Oh my gosh, Julie,
she showed up.
That is awesome, Bonnie. Oh my god.
I used to have two. Then we had a toddler.
What is that?
Get rid of them. That's a ferret.
Ferret.
Oh, it's ferret. Okay.
They're the best ever.
So what is that?
Has anybody ever seen Along Came Polly?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the ferret?
Yes.
It kept running into doors and stuff. I gotta watch that movie now.
I love that movie. I haven't
Me
seen it
too.
in a while.
Dude, the last ferret I've been around bit my big toe underneath the door. And I didn't like it ever since. I didn't do nothing to this thing. It's just like, oh, look how cute. And bam, he bit me. Like, so they're the devils to me.
Oh, that's
Wow.
That's
Cute little
way
devils. That's all they are.
Bro, you need
Way
to
too bad.
peppermint, man. That'll help.
Okay.
When they smell like Doritos, they want to eat.
Damn right.
I guess so.
And they
So
probably
look,
did
guys.
smell like Doritos. So
Charcoal
What flavor?
is trying to eat my arm
Cool
like
Ranch.
he wants to be fed.
Your cat was
Oh,
adorable,
God.
Jen. I saw a peek of your cat.
Oh,
Yeah,
adorable.
right now he's trying to eat my arm.
charcoal.
Oh,
Oh
he's like,
my gosh.
feed me.
I think I need to feed him.
It's one of the cutest names of all time, though. Seriously, every time you mention him, I'm like, "Aw, charcoal."
Aww.
Charcoal. Yeah.
So, for you guys in the chat, seriously, thank you so much for hanging out. We really, really appreciate it. Definitely want to wish you guys personally, and I'm sure from the panel, a happy New Year's. And definitely make sure within the next 30 minutes, let's head on over to Steven's channel, Craving Something Scary. We're going to be hanging out, counting down the minutes on 2 different time zones, by the way.
Baby.
Double the pleasure.
like
And
Wayne's
leading
World.
us in to 2024, man. So
Yes.
for you guys
Yeah,
on the
right.
panel, thank you so much for hanging out. Hang out for 1 second. I'm going to just play the outro, but thank you guys for jumping on the panel. This has been a lot of fun. We didn't even get to like half the stuff I wanted to get to, man, because we were just vibing out, which was really
Next
cool.
year, we'll do it next year.
Yeah, we'll do it next year. Yeah.
Or either sooner than that, man. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, let's not wait a year.
I know. hey, look.
Guys, you see the meme? Like when you say, "I'll see you next year."
Oh yeah.
May's like, I can't handle you guys until for another year, man. So we gotta wait a year. That's all I can do. All right. So seriously, you guys in the chat.
Thank you, Nate.
What was that?
Thank you. I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're all right, man. So for you guys in the chat, thank you so much. Val's got the link for Craven's stream coming up. Thank you so much, Val. You're all right. You know that. And we will see you guys over on Steven's channel in less than a half an hour. So if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Happy New Year's, guys. Peace out.
Happy
See
New
you guys.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care.